Hello everybody and welcome! I am Ketchup.
And I am Mustard.
You're watching week 3 of the Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by ESL, and what a fantastic top 8 that we have for you guys this week.
They say for the 3rd week in a row, because EU is not disappointing, and that's my favourite thing about Season 3 is A, the diversity, the unpredictability, but just the sheer level of consistency and quality that we're seeing from these players. But before we get too much into it, what are the players playing for each week? The Mortal Kombat X Pro League is a string of weekly tournaments where each week they play for $1,000 and placement points. The placement points are so important to these players because the highest point earners by the end of the season will be sent to the Season 3 finals, where they'll be playing for $200,000.
Now, we've said this every week as well, I know, but $200,000 of a prize pot? I'm pretty sure that Season 1 and 2 finals were $100,000. That's double.
It's almost like what Season 1 and 2 had put together
in one season.
Ooh.
It's pretty good for playing Mortal Kombat from the comfort of your own home in these free-to-enter online tournaments. Now, you guys at home will be familiar that we normally have someone every week reading out the Twitter throughout the night. That is no exception today. It is my great pleasure to introduce everyone at home to Mo Sassanak.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As Ketchup said, my name is Mo Sassanak, and I'll be your Twitter correspondent for this evening. So throughout the evening, I'll be reading all the lovely tweets and messages you send to me. You can follow us at ESL Mortal Kombat and use the hashtag MKX Pro League. If you have any queries, questions, predictions, or you just want to say hi, I will be reading them out on the stream. So you also know that every week there is a giveaway, and last week we were giving away the core Scorpion statue and skin, and Ketchup is still very salty about it because he doesn't have one. Congratulations to Benjamin Fiedler. You've won it, so I'm sure ESL will have that on the way to you soon. And up for grabs this week is a MKX Pro Player Kit, shown here in this lovely tin. It's full of fantastic goodies, and if you want to be in with a chance of winning that, go to esl.gg/MKXComp and register your votes there. But make sure you put it all in lowercase or something bad could happen.
I mean, I'm sure it's nothing serious, just don't do it. I was going to say, Ketchup salty? Wow. Who saw
Never
that
seen
coming?
that before. And you know what was also in that Pro Player Kit? Another core Scorpion code that I don't
What,
have.
you mean the ultra rare one?
It's still rare, guys. We just only have a few. We have a few to give away.
Right, so those of you that have watched the last couple of weeks, you will know that very soon we're going to have an interview up for you guys. But we're going to be talking to Irish Mantis today. Now, this is his first top 8 placement.
I love that
in
guy.
Season 3. Now, he's a lovely guy, but he's been playing Johnny Cage since day 1, but it's been stunt double the whole time. So we're going to talk to him in just a little bit for you guys. But PS4 player, new player, are you there, Irish Mantis? Are you ready?
I am indeed, man. I am indeed. What's good?
Good evening. How are you feeling?
Oh, good. How are you feeling?
I'm not too bad, thank you. So you're new to Season 3 because you're a PS4 player only. How does it feel finally being able to play after watching Season 1 and Season 2?
Oh, it feels absolutely fantastic. Like, I used to watch Season 1 and 2, and I used to be just looking for age. I want to get there, I need to get there. So this is like the best opportunity ever. I'm chuffed. Oh.
Brilliant.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, there's something I've wanted to ask you for a long time, and I've never really had the chance. I'm sure the guys at home want to know. You're a stunt double guy, right? You know, stunt double is your jam. You've had a lot of success with them at offline European majors. Why?
Okay.
Why stunt double over A-list, especially in this current meta of Mortal Kombat X?
See, at the start of the game, I kind of knew that A-list would be more the popular variation, but I'm a bit of a hipster, you know, so it says... So fisticuffs is a bit too brain dead for my liking, so it says, yeah, I got a stunt double, I can make this work. So I just learned that you had all these crazy block strings and mind games, and you just click from there, man. It's definitely my cup of tea.
I've got to respect the hipster variation approach.
Hipster variation.
But I mean, going into what will be the final question, those that pay attention to the brackets each week would have seen something quite interesting. That on your way to top 8, you had to take out a certain other popular Cage player by the name of Vladdy7R. I'm assuming that was the Cage mirror, right?
Yes.
How was that set? For those of us that couldn't watch it, how did that set go? And are you using the momentum from that set, taking out an established Season 3 player into your top 8 to make you sort of a bit more confident?
Oh, man, I'm absolutely pumped. Yeah, that match was absolutely crazy. It was like, I think this guy, it was 3-1. Vladdy seemed extremely nervous when I was playing him. He was getting all these block strings, but he seemed nervous. But he's falling for the stagger, the standing one at the overhead. And I was a quite bit cheeky. At one point, I like cross-jumped him 3 times. So, cage, but yeah, I just blocked all I just says here, I let him do his block strings. I just let him do them. But eventually going to end, and he did end, and made a few raids on his EX shadow kick, just put momentum. I got him in too hard to block bulls. I'm not too proud, but you got to do what you got to do.
From a Quan player to a Cage player, you play to win, my friend. Don't you worry. Well, thank you very much. Best of luck in your top 8.
Cheers, thanks, man. Thanks, all the best.
We'll speak to you soon, my friend. Good luck.
Man,
Right.
yeah,
So, on that note, I think it's about time we get a Pro League kicked off in week 3.
That's what he's going to put into practice. The first hit's going to be so important. Just to have that break him more than anything else. And Madden
there's
clean
the
jump in.
delayed forward 2. Just try and chew it up. Madden going clean in there. And here comes the damage reduction totem to try and chew up some of that. He's going to tag him, but that's not going to do much damage. However, the spear might use up some of that totem time.
Yeah, that's going to disappear if he gets this read, if he gets the hit.
Oh, Madden with a good block. Krathen pressing buttons afterwards. Good throw tech. Catches the max range back 2. That's going to be a full combo, but once again, catching him when he has the damage totem activated.
Now, I love Krathen's use of the sweep into the spear because the sweeps are low, the 4-2, second hit's the overhead. So people instinctively just want to stand block in the neutral. I mean, then you have to react to the fact that he's blocked the 4-2, but no, he's going to get it. Madden with a damage totem, but still opts to break to keep himself in the match. Oh, no, Krathen bent him, but Madden misses the
combo
punish.
from Madden. Very unfortunate. That could have been the end of the round. Good block in the 50-50. That is safe on block. Oh, clutch!
Wow.
Neutral jump. Madden comes in. That's going to be a full combo. He's going to get it again. That's going to be round 1.
I must say,
PND Madden.
it is not every day that you see a neutral jump or a clean jumping beat Scorpion's forward 2. That is Madden spacing.
Speaking
Wow.
of jumps you don't see, jumping straight over the back 2 with a full combo.
If I was Krathen at this point, I'd be getting a little frustrated that these near impossible things happened 3 times in the space of, oh wow, 2 rounds, Madden.
That's going to hurt big time. Big damage on the anti-air. Oh my god, 47% damage. Krathen sitting on full bar. I like the idea of taking the overhead.
Or gets the block on the slide. That's going to be game. No, Krathen has a breaker available, ready for it. Runs into the forward 2. Madden gets some blocking though. Chip damage looking really dangerous at this point.
Goes in for the low. I mean, it's very risky for Madden to try and block the low portion because he is going to get a full combo. If he gets tagged by the overhead, going to take the low all day, especially with the damage reduction totem. That's going to be game 1. Madden takes a game off Krathen.
And
Here
he's
we
going to
go.
make this last. Wow, 42% drops to the end, but doesn't matter. Krathen's already dead. A clean 1-0 to Madsen. Now, Krathen didn't play badly there. I think it was just Madsen's spacing on where he can and can't jump over these normals is impeccable.
The thing is, what's going on right now, though, very interestingly, is normally if Scorpion and Ninjutsu is going to go for the forward 2, low slide, or overhead mix-up right there, you're going to eat about a 12% slide or something into good knockdown for good situation of Scorpion. If you have the blood, if you have the damage reduction totem on deck, you're going to eat 6% every time you get hit by a slide. That's a trade you're always going to take. Like, the second you hit by that slide, I mean, it's done no damage.
Well,
and
thing
it's
is-
not a full combo from getting hit by the overhead instead.
Well, Krathen said himself, right, that Scorpion's 50-50 game is there, but it's not quite as strong. It becomes even less effective when you are against Blood God and he gets that reduction up because you just chip away at this brick wall of Outworld Emperor, and it takes you so much more hits to get him. But Krathen does bag himself a clean first hit bonus.
Down
Scorpion
4.
down 4.
I mean, it's going to challenge. It's going to challenge that initial back 1. You know, back 1 being an advancing mid, 9 frames, normally so good at securing that first hit bonus. Here comes the plus frame. Is going to go in for the free totem. Good stagger strings. Good patience there from Krathen. Not quite ready for the jump kick teleport to connect. So
Yeah.
wasn't ready to hit confirm that.
Unfortunate, Krathen misses out on the damage because Madsen, I mean, Krathen has a life lead, but against damage reduction, that life lead doesn't really mean too much, especially with the reduced chip that Madsen's going to be taking consistently.
Oh, there's that one just challenge grab. Here comes the plus frames. Going to get more jailing. Here comes the totem. Gets hit by the slide, but once again, only 6%.
Oh wow, whiffs the jump in punch. Madsen gets out of that one, but Krathen stays unpunished.
Oh, that was a chunky 4 on that string right there.
Hey, now you can see Krathen going to that low slide option. Wow, wonderful throw tech from Madsen, but Krathen going to the low slide option off the 50-50 a bit more when Madsen has lower health. But look at that regeneration.
Getting all of the health back, and he's going to stall just a little bit longer, trying to chew up that low. I believe that might have been an attempt to crush the down 4.
I mean, I think Krathen buffering there. Is that standing 3 or standing 4? Standing kick.
Oh, and he gets a good neutral jump punch. That's going to be a full combo. Nice. Here we go. Is he going to go in for a grab? The question's, what's the mix-up that comes next?
Knocks him over. Sees him taking the guaranteed chip damage. Madsen low on health right now. But Krathen literally 1 hit off dying. He gets the totem. Goes into the damage totem. Could this be it? No, Krathen breaks, keeps himself alive. But 1 more hit and wow, brave. That wasn't a forward run. That was a dash. He had no stamina. Brave stuff from Krathen, but boldly takes round 1.
I was shades of Foxy right there. The break into forward dash. Oh, he's going to get tagged by a full combo. Here comes Krathen.
Oh, he drops the spear. That's really unfortunate because he used up so much time. That's a full punish waiting for it, but no, manages to get the down 1 at least for a little bit of hit advantage.
No damage reduction totem activated, so the slide is going to become a little bit more dangerous. Gets tagged. Madsen already committed into the totem, so he's not going to get a full combo off that back 1-2-2.
And that is going to use up a lot of time, but going to guarantee himself. No, he's still there. So Madsen's sitting there without a totem right now. What a wonderful read.
I mean, that's not even an armored reversal. The low slide, just low profile, that's so well. Here we go again, no interruption. Here comes the damage again. That's going to do a chunky amount of chip damage. Nice meterless slide. Krathen immediately acknowledging that he does not need to meter burn that slide to interrupt the shield toss.
Oh, that's a nice confirm from Madsen. Oh no, 13% drops it though, unfortunately.
I think he wants to just keep him in the corner rather than going for the grab.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, nice grab. Here comes Madsen. He's going to get a free damage reduction totem off this.
Now here's just that staggered cult with corner pressure. And no, let's go of block. Wow, Krathen's going to get hit clean for it. Madsen going for the pseudo plus frames off the back 1-2 air grab.
That was probably the best way though that Krathen could have got that round to finish.
Krathen ready for Madsen to do something in the neutral and just gets him clean with the spear. Only does himself 14% damage, but will he do most of the time from the totem, but will manage to get a full launcher. But Madsen, really good meter management, keeps himself a breaker ready at all times.
Although that forward 2 is safe, he is a little bit minus. So if you're going to try and challenge a Kotal Khan forward 1, it's not really going to work out for you. He tries to get the anti-air! Madsen not ready, but he is going to get a grab into the corner anyway. That's going to be a free totem.
Now the problem is, we've got totem and damage totem, but Krathen has a breaker. I'm not quite sure why Madsen would go into damage when Krathen can break away, but I guess we're going to have to see, because he is in kill territory. Oh wow, there's a good read from Krathen. Expensive read if he got blocked, but no good. Gets the teleport.
I mean, that's quite possibly the first time we've ever seen Krathen opt to go for that. He's going to get the low. Doesn't spend the bar. Is ready to hit confirm that into full combo.
Now, one thing about Krathen there, he could have turned that into meter burn spear, but he knows he's going to need that breaker, otherwise he's going to throw the rest of this match away. This is anyone's game right now, but Krathen has the meter advantage, but Madsen doesn't get the confirm.
Or he gets the reversal, but because the damage mitigation's up, not ready. Here comes Madsen, almost gets the clean jump, still alive because of that totem.
Now that totem was literally make or break. Whoa, Madsen only just doesn't, and Krathen with the good manners opts not to brutality, unless he didn't meet some requirement that I'm not aware of.
That was, I mean, that dash into grab was risky. Risky as
it wasn't.
anything.
Not only was it a dash into grab, it was a breaker into dash into grab. Again, Krathen really going for these. I'm going to call it foxy strategies.
But
really.
I mean, it's actually quite a smart thing to do in that situation, because the thing about being there is that, I mean, the second Scorpion breaks, or you break against Scorpion, you're at the neutral state, where a forward 2 or a back 2 is going to catch many of the button presses.
Is Madsen hesitating here? I mean, he did win game 1 convincingly, but Krathen just made an amazing adjustment in game 2.
Well,
I think it was meter management from Krathen though. He had a breaker ready, and his slide game, like when he chose to go for the slide, on point.
But in that situation, I think he realized mid-match that you don't need to meter burn slide. Now here's the pick. This could be a questionable decision, because Ninjutsu doesn't really have to care about that clone.
Well, those of you watching that keep up with Ketchup and I's YouTube channel will see that we tend to do prediction videos on the top 8 matches before, and something we said was if Madsen goes Grandmaster and loses a game in this set, that might mean curtains for him, because this matchup on paper is not good. Because Krathen, I just had the Scorpion vs Sub-Zero, you can react to teleport, you punish clone, you can react to Ice Ball, you can react to clone, react to clone toss. Scorpion just has all the options.
Very rarely do you see Sub-Zero get punished for a meter burn clone. But as you saw right there, that forward 2 forced him to block, getting rid of the clone. Catches it with the back 2. That's going to be a full combo for Krathen.
Now, one thing that really concerns me about this match is Madsen's damage reduction totem did wonders against Ninjutsu, because Ninjutsu does very respectable damage. Krathen moves himself back, but will still get hit. Madsen, nice capitalizing. Gets the hard knockdown. Corner clone goes up. Oh, nice blocks from Krathen. Ready for it.
Oh, there's that plus frame. Madsen always gets such good mileage. Staggers the back 3 by itself. That's going to be big damage.
Wow. That is death right there. Krathen right where he doesn't want to be, but he doesn't have the option of a guaranteed corner escape. He has the grab, sure, but when that gets destroyed, there's nothing left.
Teleport's always going to be a threat in this situation. We just gets a good read. Nice down forward to try and check that to get the plus frames. Good block again. Meter burn, counter poke. Smart stuff from Krathen. Ready for the hit confirm into the full combo.
Beautiful stuff from Krathen right now. I mean, is he going to keep it mid-screen? Is he going to try and get him in the corner, keep that screen behind him? Like, how is he going to approach? Oh, that was a wonderful punish, Madsen. I don't think he thought he was going to punish it exactly. He thought he was just ready to hit confirm, but misses it slightly. Oh, another drops
the combo. Forward 4, trying to get more plus frames. He's going to challenge that, catch the down 4. Has to go for a slightly smaller combo because the Scorpion is very low to the ground.
Wow, the NJP ready. Krathen absolutely ready for it to go through the clone.
That was a surgical neutral jump punch right there. And again, the sword having the extended hitbox, but not really much of a hurtbox in the end.
Oh, wow.
Very tricky. Tries to block. No punish.
Oh, wow, and that's a chip damage from down 4 slide. Smart from Krathen. As soon as Madsen decided to delay his wake up, he sealed his fate, guaranteeing the chip damage.
Slide with that janky hitbox on recovery. Ever so slightly, sometimes you can accidentally whiff your punishes. Gets the overhead, drops the overhead. I do not think Madsen was ready.
Now, I like how Madsen's just, whoa, that was a wonderful neutral jump, but Madsen, don't think he was quite ready. Madsen second-guessing his reads right now.
He's reluctant to go in for the clone because he knows that Krathen's going to punish.
Gets the low. That could be big damage. Krathen knows. Has to break. Oh, tries to anti-cross up uppercut, but it's going to get hit by it. No, that's a big punish waiting to happen, but Madsen knows and guesses it. Madsen playing quite hesitant right now. And another good read. Oh, misses the punish again.
That was a scary round there from Madsen. A lot of drops. I mean, the punishes were there. You can tell right now he's just taking some time. I definitely think right there he's just taking some time to just calm down. Calm the hell down.
Madsen played that absolutely perfectly. He knew, okay, where can Scorpion not deal with my clones anywhere near as effectively when his back's to the corner? Where am I going to get him? In the corner as soon as possible. Madsen was begging for the corner in that game from start to finish, and he put it to good use. He won.
That was, I mean, it was still quite a scary game because if there is one character in the game that you got to be careful about giving an opportunity, it's Scorpion, because he is going to restand you. He's got a mix-up game after that spear, and that can lead into big damage, especially if he tags you with 2 of those back 2s in the neutral. You're eating so much damage. But very fortunately, Madsen does get away with that game, and now he finds himself 1 game away. This slightly questionable switch to Grandmaster, but if there is one Grandmaster on the planet that is ready to pull through a matchup that might be questionable, it seems to be Madsen at the moment.
I mean, Madsen just consistent from start to finish, but Krathen playing really well in this set. That's anti-air. Wow.
Newly buffed standing 3 right there.
It's not every day you see Sub-Zeros jump in. Scan, yeah, but no, Krathen a bit. No, he tried to cancel it, but didn't have the stamina to do so.
That could have been a full combo from Madsen. Gets the cheeky low. His positioning on that is always so strong.
Well, Madsen doesn't let any cross up, hesitates. Krathen starting to stagger the 1-1.
Gets live head. Cannot run in because he hasn't got the stamina, so a slide will have to do.
Oh, no.
It is a punish in that situation, but if you mistime it, you do run the risk of getting frozen. And
oh,
lovely running on Mia Burn Clone. What a play! Not quite getting the damage, but that string alone is going to take it. Mia Burn Clone, just to try and bait the teleport, and it recovered in time. Fantastic read.
Now, I love it. We speculated that Scorpion would do really well here because he can react to all the special moves. So what's Madsen not doing? Anything that could be reacted to. I mean, Krathen's looking for it. You can tell he's ready, but no, we'll go into it. A bit preemptive. Maybe thought Madsen was going to back 2 or jump in with it, but we'll go straight into the clone, back to the corner. There's nowhere he wants to be. I think plus frames.
Krathen ready. Oh, and he tries to get the slide. Catches it on the very end. Not ready for the 1-1-4 hit confirm like he was earlier on.
Oh, wow, the read. When Madsen's doing that, he is in your head, and that was a really nice refreeze.
Hard knockdown into clone. This could be Madsen's game, and this play gets the low. Full combo has to break.
Now, I say if Krathen's going to make an impossible comeback, Madsen with the patience to take it 3-1. Oh, and there's a classic. Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Why not? I respect it. That's good.
I think
that is good.
Right there, I mean, Madsen, he just keeps putting himself in a situation where sometimes when he changes to Grandmaster, you'll go, do I agree with that decision? Because sometimes we'll pick Grandmaster into a matchup that is seen to be a little bit iffy.
What is it with the players constantly proving us wrong? When they pick themselves
Well,
into what are considered bad matchups and then they win them,
My friend,
makes us look silly.
That's why we're here and they're there. That's kind of the, that is the tried and tested right there. Also, guys, before we get some of these potential replays on deck and the next match, a little bit of an update as well. While we were trying to get this connection issue sorted out, Sacron and Mr. Aquari did actually play, and Sacron took it 3-1. So this is going to be Madsen versus Sacron for our first semi-final of the night.
This is something we speculated on last week. We thought, are we going to see? Because we saw Foxy versus Sacron. Foxy won convincingly. We saw Vladdy versus Madsen. Madsen won convincingly. And we said, if these guys all make top 8 next week, I would love to see Madsen versus Sacron and Vladdy versus Foxy to flip it around. The only reason we aren't seeing that is because Irish Mantis beat Vladdy.
Who are we watching up next again?
It is going to be Irish Mantis versus Storm. But before that, we have some replays on this set just gone by. And I mean, that was a really good set. I was really happy to see Krathen clearly did his homework on the kill. I don't think he was actually expecting. Madsen to go to Grandmaster because he looked more prepared for Kotal than he was for Sub-Zero.
Well, the thing is, there were some very specific matchup things there. I think one of the crucial changes in the matchup was the fact that those jumps, those like pinpoint precision jumps. I mean, normally you see Scorpion, and I'm certain right there, Krathen was taken by surprise. I mean, you are not going to be used to so many successful jumps, right as you seem to throw out the forward 2 and the back 2, which has this massive hitbox on it. Humongous hitbox that normally does such an amazing job at catching jumps at that moment. But Madsen just catching it on the very end so many times.
It's a question of Madsen just ready for the spacing. I mean, spacing is very important. Like, everyone's got jump-ins in this game, obviously. They are differing in strength, differing in length. And if you are ready for max range jump-ins, which just happens to go under, what you can call it, under, like, Scorpion's back too. That was the one I was surprised to see him jump over, was that. Because that catches everything. If you're off the ground, that's going to hit you. But Madsen finds a way to just pull a miracle out of the hat and jump over normals you can't normally jump over.
What even can you say about that situation? Madsen is going to move on. And once again, just giving us a really, really strong display of Sub-Zero. I mean,
and Kurtle Khan.
Yeah, I think my favourite play of that entire set, actually, was the meter burn clone. Because you're so used to seeing a clone as a Scorpion player and going, right, teleport. Meter burn clone on his wake up to go, you're going to wake up this. And I want you to do it. And that's what the meter burn clone was for. And he went straight into it. I mean, like, you very rarely see plays like that. But, I mean, it's quite risky. I mean, that read cost Madsen a bar. But
so he meter burn clone and then backed into it because he thought to himself, if I time this right and it hits you, I might trade with the slide, your slide might hit me, but if you teleport, then you're getting punished. That's exactly what happened. It was a wonderful read.
Full combo into
Moving on into match 3, we're going to have Irish Mantis versus Storm. Now, this is an interesting one because Storm had some troubles with Johnny Cage before. We saw him fight Vladdy in week 1, and it was one-sided from start to finish. So I'm not sure if that's an A-list thing, or if he's just not really familiar with Cage. I've not seen them play before. Irish Mantis, very confident, lovely guy. From what we saw in the Skype interview, definitely earned his
Twitter
reputation.
loves him quite a lot,
Yeah.
I hear. I do think Twitter likes the guy quite a lot.
So, stunt double, and Shirari or Ronin? Because we saw Ronin, but it didn't look ready.
I don't know. I think last week, we actually spoke to Storm afterwards, and he said that he feels like his Ronin was not of the standard that he kind of demonstrated last week. He feels like his Ronin is actually a lot stronger than that. It just wasn't a set that went his way. But to be honest, I mean, against Johnny Cage, I still don't see why, as a base, Shiroryu... I mean, the thing about Takeda in general was that you do actually get good strings and normals to contest with that neutral. You just got to be really careful with how you handle it. And when we saw Storm fight against Vladdy's Cage, there were a lot of jump attempts, like stuff that you actually... as any character in the game, you shouldn't do to try and get away from Johnny Cage pressure. And unfortunately, Storm did opt to go for those quite a lot. Now, the difference here is a very, very obvious one in that Irish Mantis is going to be using stunt double instead of A-list. And, you know, Johnny Cage is a very aggressive, scary character, but stunt double is a completely different bag of tricks when it comes to Rushdown, because it's not about the jailing of A-list. It's about the plus frames on all of those mimicry attacks that stunt double is going to throw out. Meter burn or not, a lot of the regular stunt double attacks are plus on block. And just for those at home, obviously, that may not know, plus on block basically means I've hit you with something on block, and I can move before you can.
I
That's
actually
it.
do think we have some character stats for Johnny Cage coming up to show you guys. I mean, I mean, shout outs to the graphics designers at ESL to bring us these really cool overlays. But let's have a look. So fisticuffs, we never see. A-list, very common. Stunt double used. We've got DJA Holmes using it as well.
Shout outs to that guy, man.
And also we've got Vladdy playing him in the Pro League so far. CIS always never really short on Johnny Cage players, or just players of the Cage family in general, really.
Mr. Cheap Eddie, Mr. Flet, Vladdy 7R. I mean, CIS had some, has some really, really superb Johnny Cage players. And obviously, I think the entire world has Johnny Cage on lockdown. And let's not forget players like Killer Jinok, who is absolutely one of the best. A lot of people say the best Cage. You know, he finally got one of his American top 8s. You know, this guy was a very consistent player, and he found his way. Off the top of my head, unfortunately, cannot remember the major. Was it NEC, I believe?
I can't remember. I know
that's something you guys can tweet me at. How about that? Killer Jinok. I believe it was NEC, where Killer Jinok bagged a top 8 with Johnny Cage and gave us some fantastic gameplay.
Speaking of Twitter, do we have any comments on that set? I should think so. We usually have quite a lot of Madsen fans in the audience.
Yep, there was certainly a fair bit of Madsen hype in the
Of course there was.
Yep, we've got just tweet after tweet of Let's Go Madsen, Blood God Baby, you know, everything. Arm Devil can feel the Madsen hype all the way over here in the UK. That's a long way from Germany.
But not from us.
But not from us. And Spike, our very own Spike, has tweeted us saying that he is enjoying a lovely evening of Mortal Kombat. So also to remind you guys that you can enter our raffle at esl.gg/MKX tonight. Up for grabs, we've got this lovely pro player kit full of lovely goodies for you, including that gold Scorpion skin that's quite rare now and Ketchup will always be salty over.
Speaking of which, do you want to show us what's in the pro player kit?
I
because
can indeed.
I believe it is a Mortal Kombat pin badge, a Mortal Kombat lanyard, which anyone that's ever been to a convention will know they're kind of essential. One of those super rare Scorpion skins. Let's make sure we don't flip it around to accidentally show the cameras what the code is to ruin the surprise.
PlayStation 4 only.
Yes, PlayStation 4 skin.
And there's also a lovely t-shirt in there as well. But you also get this really cool tin, which I kind of
You
like.
put sandwiches in there, you put your crisps.
You'd be the
new
coolest kid in
lunchbox.
school if you'd put your sandwiches in that.
I'd give that to my kid. I'd get a little handle on it, and I'd send. I mean, all combat for life, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. But at the end of the raffle, guys, we only have a certain amount of these to give away. Do it for the skin alone, if nothing else, because they are kind of like gold dust right now. And
Is that a no pun intended thing? 'Cause it's Gold Scorpion.
kind of? But you don't have one, do you?
Stop saying that. I really want it, and I even put on Twitter. I'm like, guys, does anyone know how I can get the Gold Scorpion skin? 'Cause I really want it, and everyone's like, nope, sorry. I'm like,
It's one of those Facebook things from Tyler Lansdowne and Derek Kurtzik. Scene. You know what I mean?
help me out, guys. Why can't I get that privilege?
You should enter the raffle.
Well,
and
you
then
can't
maybe
have
you'll
this
win
one.
it.
You don't have a PS4.
Well, that's actually a really good point. I don't have a PlayStation.
Well, all
4.
this complaining's for nothing, isn't it? You guys have a PS4. You should enter the raffle, and maybe you can win it. And also use the hashtag MKX Pro League. Let us know what you think of the night so far. Send us some questions and just basically how you feel about the night. If you want to see your favourite players, we've got Irish Madness versus Storm right now. Irish Madness making his top 8 debut. Storm, a fan favourite, the most successful international player in MKX Season 2. And hopefully going to continue that in Season 3. He's made 3 top 8s, but hasn't managed to get past 8th yet. So his points are adding up, but very slowly in comparison to his way in Season 2.
I think when you're going to try and qualify for the World Finals, those Season 3 World Finals for that 200k pot, you have to place extremely well to be those players. Now, Storm was very, very strong player, the 4th seed, but the 4th comfortable seed in Season 2. Now, the thing is, going into Season 3, where we have CIS and EU melded into one league, you need to. There is no chance that you can potentially kind of, I guess, straggle your way in. You need to get so many points. And Storm, although he's made 3 top 8s in a row, has the past 2 weeks he's made it out first round. So he actually only has currently 75 points, which includes his placing here today. If he gets this win, it's going to be huge for him.
Well, Season 2, 4 of our 6 qualifying players were guaranteed very early on. Season 3, that is not going to be the case. There are simply too many good players. The top 8s are too diverse in comparison to how they usually have been. So you need, if you make top 8, you need to make it count. And let's see how these guys are going to go. Storm gets his favourite stage. Irish Madness gone for the stunt double as predicted. Now, this thing, how often does he choose to go for the clone in the neutral, or how often does he save it on block strings? I know he can't really be plus with it, but uses some bar there, keep himself safe.
That
uses
was a
both clones.
slightly risky meter burn right there. I think that might have been a little bit preemptive, maybe a sign of some of these nerves. But here comes that pressure from Storm.
Irish Madness going to eat that, but there's the lovely meter burn nut punch to cancel, to really counter poke and get that 26% standing.
And that's going to be the guaranteed mimic. Storm not respecting it. Have to respect it in that situation. Here comes more plus frames. And how many down falls are you willing to take before you get put in a bad situation? Now,
Oh wow, and the read on the neutral jump punch. Ouch! Irish Madness going to make Storm pay, keep him in the corner. And that's one thing that Storm did a lot against Vladdy that really lost him the match, really. Just not
plus frames everywhere.
I was literally just talking about that, just not respecting Cage's plush frames, and what wonderful reactions from Irish Madness to keep in the corner. Down 4 to go into the teleport.
Something I'd like to mention is Irish Madness mentioned in his interview that he does use the slightly dirty, hard to blockable stuff. So he has Storm near the corner. We might see some of that in this set.
Fights his way out mid-screen. Irish Madness severe life deficit, but oh wow, I like it. I like using the kick just to get out of that.
That was a risky meatless attack right there. Irish Madness going to get another trade. No challenge there from Storm. Tries to challenge that forward 3. Not going to get it.
Good blocks on the overheads. Irish Madness going to catch him.
That's one of the things about stunt double over A-list is that even if you catch that forward 3, it's not going to be a full combo right there.
Now, Irish Madness has been hit by that twice, but kicked out of it once. Do you think he's trying to go for the kick every time?
I mean,
Storm isn't ready for it to connect.
It's much quicker. Oh, Storm not respecting it. He's going to get the grab. That could be it. Straight into game 1. Irish Madness breaking every single limb he touches. Yes, you did, Johnny Cage. Don't you lie.
Not taking that throw cost Storm an arm and a leg.
Oh, my God. See, look, not even Sassenach can contain that one.
If only you guys could see my smug grin right now. I'm not even sorry.
That's the worst thing ever. I mean, that's the... I hate you so much.
I will say it again. If Irish Madness does it again, I'll say it again.
Oh, no. No more of that. No more of that. No more of that. Right, game 2, guys. Time to be serious again. I mean, we actually did see some fantastic use of the plus frames there. And again, Shiro Ryu, because his only real defensive option comes from the meter burn back forward 2, his easy to armor break meter burn reversal is not going to fare very well versus Johnny Cage.
I want to say quickly, and I will be serious about it, but Irish Madness he's Irish, and his player card is the leprechaun on the pot of gold. I love this guy. I hope he makes top 8 a lot more because he's amazing to watch. Wonderful guy to interview and just so good with stunt double.
Irish Madness would have got a full combo off that uppercut had he had more stamina to work with. There's the poke, and that's more block pressure right there. Oh, we're going to whiff, but Johnny Cage with those low profiling normals. Oh, staggered forward one. Here we go. Full combo from Storm.
Now, do you think Irish Madness, and wonderful setup from Storm, as soon as you delay your wake up against Shiroryu, you make yourself eat those hard to blockables.
Here comes the full combo. He's going to use that just to use up the mimicry time, so he's going to get more plus frames. Here we go. This could be the hard to blockable situation. Here we go. Nice bait from Irish Madness.
That's going to be death. That is 100% going to be death unless he drops this, but he is not. Easy B&B for Irish Madness. Going to take Storm out and keep him in the corner. Used a lot of bar, but Storm has one to retort with.
Irish Madness has, that bar, a nice reaction there from Storm. Letting the teleport whip on reaction to that teleport.
Nice hit from Storm. Just get some damage on the table.
Oh, I like the adjustment of going in for the jumping kick just to catch that low profiling down 4. Nice step back. So that's slightly too late. That wasn't necessarily a whiff punish, but he's going to get it anyway. Not necessarily a full combo. Here comes Irish Madness.
That was a really good corner escape. Uses a clone. Oh, wow. Manages to challenge the NJP. Nice full combo from Irish Madness. 24%. Has lost the clones. Going to have to try and wait out the timer before he can get some more. Storm needs to make the most of this while he hasn't got it, but no, one more touch and Irish Madness is going to get the clones. Goes for it. Has 2 to use. Oh, completely whiffs. That's bad. That's really bad for Storm.
No full combo from Irish Madness. I think he was a little bit reluctant to go for the nut punch. He's going to get the trade right there. Good trade. Here we go. Here comes Storm. The grab's not going to take it. Irish Madness is going to build a bar.
Where's the delay wake up? Where's he get up normally? Delays it. Eats the block. Hasn't got. Oh no! Irish Madness gets hit by it. Oh, uses his bar as well. That was so expensive for Irish Madness moving into round 3.
The sad thing right there is that I think a standing 1 would have actually whiff punished that and taken the game, but Irish Madness not afraid. Now Storm acknowledging that he can probably get away with jumping out slightly more against stunt double because the forward 3 to hit confirm full combo isn't as much of a threat.
Blocks the low. Oh, and wonderful throw tech.
That was a fantastic whiff punish on that forward 3. Storm, knowing the range of that, going in with a whiff punish to teleport into the plus frames into grab.
Oh, tries to anti-cross up. We're going to eat a full combo for it, and against Takeda, this is going to really hurt. Hasn't got the bar to make it kill, though.
We might see a full combo here. He's going to get the down on this. Here we go. This could be something. He's got the bar.
Oh, we're going to see a comeback. Is Irish Madness going to make this happen? Storm approaching a break, but doesn't have one yet.
Hard to blockable. Here we go. Hard to blockable to get the plus frames. Here we go.
Oh, and he gets hit by it, and Storm's going to make him pay. If Irish Madness committed, I think Irish Madness was blocking. He was trying to bait a wake up. But if he went for the hard to blockable, they would have hit at the same time. It would have armor broke, but Irish Madness doesn't commit.
I'm not sure what happened there. It kind of looked a little bit like Irish Madness was trying to go for the hard to blockable, but he just didn't get it.
I think he set it up until the very last moment where he hesitated and tried to bait a wake up with the block. I think if he committed to it, it would have possibly worked. So there's one thing. Storm is amazing at making comebacks, but seems to have a hard time at dealing the really hard to blockable stuff. Let's think back to Season 2. Whenever we saw Storm lose, it would usually be to the Summoner Quans, to these really hard to block characters. So using elements of that against him when you're making a comeback, that's kind of like basic player homework, you know what I mean? Sort of looking up on what a player really struggles with.
I think Storm really got away with that game right there. That's not going to be a first hit because they did trade. Here we go, still not a first hit.
Oh, goes the uppercut, preemptive.
Oh, first hit goes to Irish Madness, getting a bar back. I like that whiff punish there. Not necessarily whiff punish, but I think Irish Madness just pressed a button after the down 4. Hard to blockable. No one blocks that.
That was a wonderful setup from Storm.
Just teleport right as the mimicry comes out. Very fortunate.
Oh, he delays it. Irish Madness to get hit for it clean. Keeps him in the corner. That's the Storm we know and love.
Round 1, going straight to Storm.
Now that was basically just a setup city. Storm uses a lot of bar for it, manages to get it. Irish Madness can do some serious damage going in the corner.
He's going to get this restand into the mimicry. Here we go. And here comes the hard. Tries to go for the hard to blockable, but drops it. Very unfortunate there.
But fortunately, does manage to keep himself safe into another 28%. Has 1 clone left to go. Uses it. Got to wait 8 seconds before he can do it again. But Storm going to get hit. Hasn't got a breaker. Wow, that was a quick round. And Irish Madness. Okay, hit 1, hit 2. Flawless as well. Wow, what a statement.
Both of them gone right there.
Pop. Oh no, let's not do that.
Let's always do that. Here we go. Here comes Irish Madness. Has him in the corner. Kicks hit by the low. Storm again trying to jump out of the corner. Here comes hard to block stuff again. Gets the overhead.
Now, we're mentioning the hard to blockable stuff, but Irish Madness isn't tending to go for it as often. But I know it's quite a recent find, but we're not really seeing it too much. But Irish Madness has been playing this character since day 1, so I'm sure there's a reason we're not seeing it. But maybe we can, talk to him a little bit more. after the set to see what we can do about that. Because I'm really interested in the stunt double, because we see so much
Oh,
aces.
there's the stagger into the standing one. Very unfortunate. There we go. Good break there from Storm. Had to save himself in that situation.
Oh, this is an event kick. This is tough.
Yeah.
And no, Storm just doesn't block a wake up, just gets hit by a
Well,
clean.
I mean, what can he do in that situation? He's gone straight into the stunt double mimicry. That's 2 guaranteed pieces of block pressure. And on that much health, Storm, if he blocked, he was dead. He had to try and get out and just hope that Irish Mantis mistimed that. Irish Mantis, though, a very clean, very, very dominant game there in game 3. And now he finds himself 1 game away from moving on.
Well, if any of you guys watching understand stunt double and this new tech that we're sort of referring to, where you can use your clones for corner hard to blockables, tweet us at hashtag MKX Pro League and let us know where he can do them and where he can't, because we're seeing opportunities and we're seeing him go for them, but I'm not sure if there's execution errors or if some he can't and some he can. He's kind of trying to see what he can get away with.
This is a new venture for many stunt double players.
But that's what I mean. He's gone to Ronin. Storm makes a brave adjustment.
I agree with the change. You've got a good mid to contest with Johnny Cage right there, but also the faster reversal. But speaking of going straight in, full combo from Irish Madness, goes in for the meter by nut punch just to use up the time. Very, very interesting grab, but it is going to work out for him. And here comes that Ronin pressure.
Irish Madness just doesn't let him get any of this the pressure going. He just has serious life lead. I don't like how Storm opts to go for that meter bend projectile as often.
I think it's a real waste of meter in this situation. He's still got mimicry, and that's exactly why he went for the Ronin change, that much faster reversal. Good block from Irish Madness, I do believe. Shouts to Phosphorax. Irish Madness and Phosphorax play very often. That's going to give him that Ronin matchup experience. Match point to Irish Madness.
That was incredible. I mean, I love seeing these variations we don't see too often do really well in the Pro League, because, I mean, these guys, they're playing to win. Storm trying out something new, and Ronin really feels like he needs the backup for sure. But Irish Madness playing out of his mind. Hasn't got the bar, but building so much of it, because Storm just has to block. If you block, you give him bar. If you don't, you get hit. And that was a wonderful read from Irish Madness.
Storm not watching his head. Irish Madness unfortunately dropping the combo. Is going to get it anyway. Here comes the mimicry. Not respecting the plus frames. This could be everything. Here comes Irish Madness, block pressure. And that looks like Storm might be going home.
But are we going to see a Storm comeback? That's what I know. Are we going to see a Storm comeback?
Oh my god. Is this the start of something? That's plus on block, but he waits for the stagger. Storm, unfortunately, going for the low poke on block into a button press. Irish Madness just waiting for that. Just all he needed was a low poke.
Irish Madness is going to move on into the 3rd block of semifinals, where he's going to fight the winner of Harry Nightmare and Foxy Grandpa. But, I mean, you have to comment on it. What killed Storm? Just not respecting the plus frames after the shadow kick when the mimic was up. I mean, basically, Johnny Cage can move before you can. You basically have to really hold that block damage. It's going to come, and you have to block it. And you have to take it. I mean, it's chip damage, which does add up when you're low on health. But for the most part, blocking an attack and taking chip damage is a damn sight better than eating a full combo, because you try to get out of it when you really can't.
Now, you talk about blocking there and taking chip damage rather than eating a full combo. That's actually exactly what Irish Mantis did at the end of the set, where there was kind of comeback territory. Unfortunately, he dropped the combo that would have just secured it. So he understood, right, I've screwed up, but I just need one more hit to win the set. So he just blocked. He blocked and blocked and blocked. He blocked when he knew that Takeda was plus, and he had to hold these mix-ups. And the second he saw something that wasn't plus, that Takeda then had to hold. But he couldn't afford to, because he had to do something. He was in comeback territory. He waited for that low poke on block, and that is exactly when Irish Madness just went, right, down 4, win the set.
Well, it makes you think about, I mean, this is the 3rd week in a row Storm has gone out in first round, and a second time in Season 3 that's gone to a Johnny Cage player. Now, at this point, you have to think, okay, so a lot in the game is guaranteed, like pressure-wise,
yeah, just like that. That's that guaranteed stuff right there.
Yeah, that you have to block all that, and what got Storm killed was trying to contest that at the end. Now, Storm plays from the heart. He knows what Takeda can do. He knows a lot about his character, and I'm sure he has the matchup knowledge and knows a lot about the opponents as well. But he chooses to disrespect what's guaranteed and assumes that they're just going to mess it up. You know, yeah, it's guaranteed, but he starts to time it properly, and he seems to assume that the opponent's going to get it wrong so he can get out when he normally shouldn't, which will then frustrate the opponent, make him think, damn, I shouldn't have messed that up. He got out. He shouldn't have got out of that, and that's going to make them play worse if they're not paying attention properly. And that's not going to work at this point in the game's life. We're now a year into it. People are used to doing block strings. They have that muscle memory down. You kind of have to respect it now.
Irish Mantis has played stunt double since launch. It's very unlikely that a very simple situation like that is going to get screwed up. I mean, yeah, we all know that when you're in tournament, you can practice the same combo over and over again. And the second you're in tournament mode, yes, you might drop a couple of things. But in that situation, I mean, with so much on the line, Irish Madness was never going to go for it. So, before we get into our final quarterfinal game of the night, has Twitter been pretty rampant tonight, Sasnak?
Well, there have been a few people that have jumped to answer Mustard's question. Adam Kelly says, I always use 113 after to get the overhead or low combo. And Anton97 Joe says he can use it after 1-2-1 knockdown or forward 3 on block X EX Rising Shadow.
So you get the hard knockdown into the meteor burn kick, which gets the overhead, and then you go for the low.
Yep, and just to remind you guys, you can enter our raffle to win the MKX Pro Player Kit at esl.gg/MKX comp. Remember that URL has to be put in lowercase or something crazy might happen. Raiden might zap you through your keyboard. Scorpion might ask you to get over here. Who knows?
Disclaimer, that won't happen. It was a joke.
Mustard just has to explain all the jokes. He just ruins everything. Every joke known to man. You're bad at that. I don't like you.
Man, that's harsh. Let's explain hard to blockables.
Right, hard to blockables before we get into our next game. A situation where something is hard to block. Now, basically, in that situation, where Johnny Cage, the chap on Twitter, talked about you can go forward 3 into meter burn uppercut, because the forward 3 will jail into the meter burn uppercut only when you have the mimicry available in stunt double. However, there's an uppercut, but when you meter burn it, there is an overhead kick that comes down. Now, stunt double players out there have discovered there is a specific setup where stunt double Johnny Cage can do forward 3 or some kind of block into the meter burn uppercut, and as the overhead kick comes down, you go for a sweep. The sweep will come out milliseconds
as
before,
a low,
milliseconds before the overhead connects. And let's not forget, the sweep connects just in time that the overhead will combo and juggle the opponent. So he'll jail you into low overhead block within frames of each other. The game runs at 60 frames a second, bear in mind. You have like a smallest possible portion of a second to block low, then overhead. If you don't do that, the meter burn uppercut kick will launch you into a full combo. He's going to nut punch you and put you straight back into that situation and build meter for another meter burn uppercut the entire time.
But I want to know, hashtag MKX Pro League, hard to blockables or loverheads?
Loverhead.
Loverhead or hard to blockables?
Surely a loverhead is pretty much that situation, right? Low overhead.
Let us know what you guys prefer watching at home before we get into our final quarterfinal, which is going to be Harry Nightmare and Foxy Grandpa. Now, the reason I'm quite interested to see how this comes out is Foxy Grandpa is playing Melina. You guys know that by now. He had a lot of success at Vianality, at Hype Spotting, and week 2 of the Pro League. It was the first week he could enter of Season 3, and he won very in convincing fashion. But Harry Nightmare, a very dominant player from CIS in Season 2. He was the highest point-earning player in CIS with cover op Sonya. Now, in last week's Challenger Cup, or is it this week's Saturday's just gone by?
This previous Saturday.
Last week's Challenger Cup, Mr. Aquari playing Sonya actually defeated Foxy Grandpa on the Xbox side of the Challenger Cup. Harry Nightmare plays a very similar style to Mr. Aquari. So
very 50-50 heavy.
Do you think Foxy's actually going to sort of have that at the back of his mind? Because Sonya, there's no getting around it, is a really stressful character to fight.
Yeah, I mean, like, the one thing that I think might be matchup changing is if you block the 50-50, especially in cover ops, let's not forget that Sonya is a character, although when she's in cover ops, she is very 50-50 overhead low oriented. There are a lot of gaps there. Now, characters that have fast startup armor, like Melina with the meter burn bull roll, can get through those gaps extremely comfortably. However, obviously, it's not going to be the strongest thing on the planet because although there are gaps, you still have to block the 50-50 before you can take advantage of that gap on block. So the overhead low string she has, other things into military stance, cartwheel or whatever, have what we call gaps, which are basically you block it, and before one hit comes out and another one comes out, you can block the first hit and interrupt the string with an armored reversal before the string can finish. Cover Op Sonya has a lot of those. So the fast startup armor can, in many instances, blow straight through that if you block the 50-50 string first to even remotely take advantage
So
of
it's a question of abusing the situations after blocking a 50-50. So you don't let Sonya loop the 50-50 into itself again, but you have to block the 50-50 first, and that's where it boils down to. If you guess wrong every time, the best player in the world is going to lose to that unless they're reading you well enough. So we've got Harry Nightmare from CIS against Foxy Grandpa from the UK. 60 points to 125. Now, this really brings us back down to the fundamental point of just the amount of placement points these guys have earned. We're in week 3. There is a total of 8 weeks, but we have so many diverse top 8s, and the placings are so erratic right now. It really is anyone's game to qualifying for the finals. So going out at 8th place is going to become more and more of a problem as we go through. But early, it is really dangerous. because Foxy Grandpa is already sitting pretty at 100, at least 125 points, because he's got himself 100 from last week and a minimum of 25 this week for his 8th placing. But if he wins again, that's 200 points. He's straight to the top of the leaderboard. But if he goes out now, then he's going to be under Sacron, because Sacron has already advanced on semi-finals. If Foxy goes out now, he's going to be under Sacron for a 2nd week in a row, which is going to make his week 4 harder. So it really is all to play for right from the word go.
There is no getting around that with Season 3 of ESL, these matches are becoming so crucial, and not even being in top 8 is a comfort zone anymore. You have to place minimum top 4 to be sitting pretty in the points, especially this early on. So it's going to be PXP of Foxy Grandpa, rocking Piercing Melina, and Harry Nightmare going cover op Sonya, that tried and tested variation that put him as the #1 Russian seed.
Now, I say this quite a lot, but if Foxy can take game 1, I think he might take the whole set. But on the sort of reverse, I think if Harry Nightmare's going to win the set, he has to get some games early, and not punishing Melina rolls is a really bad way of starting.
He's going to get the delayed back 1 there, I believe. No, the back 2, I think. Whatever that string is, I can't remember. He's going to go in for the dive kick. That's going to be a full combo into a restand, which is going to eliminate any form of wake up. However, we did see Scar fight Saltface. Melina can very easily armor break Sonya's wake up game.
And that was ethereal. This is Piercing, just has the meter bend baller as well. Harry Nightmare tries to break early. I mean, I think that may have been a bit of a frustration break, because when he had the ability to, he decided not to. But he did try at the start, and when you've got that much of a life deficit, it's not worth it. A wonderful meter bend parry. Harry Nightmare on point.
Let's not forget the cover ops. When you meet bend the parry, she does get a full combo, but this is Melina we're talking about, and she is going to have lots of breakers available. Oh no, I don't think I agree with a read like that. That's a full combo waiting to happen.
Now, it's dangerous, right? Because if you get the read correct and you hit the back 1 too, then it should make Foxy hesitate. But if you whiff it like he did, he's just going to hit you with the move you tried to parry in the first place for 35%.
I love Foxy with the standing there. Comes the jump again. Harry Nightmare jumping a little bit too much, and now he finds himself in a bit of a tricky situation. And there comes the Blanche. Could have been a Blanche Tally. And there we go. Nice delay there. That's going to be a full combo. Foxy in with the break though, because Melina amazing parry.
Harry Nightmare with the reads, wonderful stuff, big damage. Foxy doesn't have a breaker. Is Harry Nightmare going to make a comeback off this? Gets the knockdown.
See it. And he's going to hit the meat burn low. Wake up, regular low. I mean, if that worked out, that would have been a top 5 play without a shadow of a doubt. The parry to catch the dive kick, but unfortunately, 1 read too many right at the end.
Let's quickly run that back. Let's get a quick rewind. Wake up low side. Why? Because Harry Nightmare did a parry to make the final read. The parry would have beaten wake up dive kick. It would have beat wake up straight side. It would have beat wake up roll. It would have beat wake up back 1. It would have beat wake up throw. It would have beat everything but wake up low side.
And wake up meter burn roll when Harry Nightmare is that low away on health. I mean, wake up meter burn roll was the obvious option. It would have done sufficient chip. Foxy knew that. Harry Nightmare knew that. Foxy Grandpa calling that play right at the very end with the 1 move that parry wouldn't have got around. Fantastic play. But I respect the attempt from Harry Nightmare.
I mean, I completely understand it. I completely understand why he'd do it. It was a wonderful situation for the opponent to be in a panic situation. Like, you're making a comeback. They don't want you to do that.
I'll be honest, though.
Demolition from Harry Nightmare, though. This is new.
I'm not sure I agree with Harry Nightmare using a down 2 to get out of that stagger. I mean, there is a million and one things Melina's going to do to chew up that kind of down 2 attempt. And she's just going to back 1-2.
Now this thing, Harry Nightmare is not getting that grenade reloaded in the neutral. I'm not sure if this pick was right. He needs to get a knockdown and sacrifice damage for the reload, because he is not going to get it in the neutral.
A lot of jump backs though to try and contest that armor break. Oh, Foxy going to get it again. Here comes the plus frames. Staggers it, gets another down 2.
Only just reloads the grenades, manages to get it down 2 and only just gets it.
Oh, and there's the meter burn reversal. He's not going to build a break in time. Foxy tries to go for the anti-break. Does not matter. He is going to take round 1 of game 2 against Harry Nightmare.
Now, Harry Nightmare has an X-ray. Anyone that's even remotely paid attention to Harry Nightmare's escapades in the Pro League knows that Harry Nightmare with an X-ray means Harry Nightmare's probably going to parry you.
But I mean, you're fighting Melina. Nice step back to whiff punish. That's one of the things Melina is going to do. The back 1-2 on block. Small step back and whiff punishing your low poke attempt.
Wow.
Nice anti-air from Foxy. Slightly too far away to get the follow-up.
I mean, Foxy will take that. That was his last bar. He's not going to approach a breaker before this match is over, but Melina, on the other hand, builds so much bar. Oh, wow! Not ready for it. Foxy drops the combo, but will get fully punished, but no grenades. I mean, there's only so much Harry Nightmare can get out of this at the moment.
Oh, no. Foxy a little bit too preemptive with that roll. Has another breaker. Melina with so many breaks in a round, and that's a full combo punish. Foxy ready for that.
And that's going to be 35% into restand. Really difficult now. Low side meter burn. There's the 50-50 of... Actually, it hasn't got a meter to burn. Wow, that should have just been a straight low block. I thought Foxy had a bar left and it was going to be a 50-50 of back 1-2 into low or overhead roll.
Easy mistake to make. I mean, Melina does build meter like a complete man-woman.
I mean, I guess I'm just accustomed to seeing Melina with a bar at all times. Because she builds it so effectively. You always have to block back 1-2 unless... You just have the normals to contest at that range, whereas, I don't know, I'm not sure if I agree with the Demolition pick. I think Cover Ops was definitely the better choice. I'm not quite sure why he so quickly chose to go to Demolition. Like, Cover Ops was, he almost made an amazing comeback using the parry that you only get in Cover Ops.
The parry seems like quite a strong tool in this matchup. However, I think it's just, I mean, parries in general in this game are such a double-edged sword. They can get you such mileage, however, they're so punishable when they recover. Oh,
wow,
the running grab!
Run into throw. That was risky stuff, brave stuff, but Foxy managing to just keep his mental game just so strong to do things like that. Because that's a hard read, you know, going straight in for a grab. There's a million and one things that they can do to stop you from doing that.
But Melina is going to get away with quite a few running grabs because, I mean, that right here, the conditioning of the screen, playing that zoning game with the size.
I think Harry Nightmare's kind of just throwing the kitchen sink at him at this point, just going to hope that something sticks. I mean, all these wake-up parries, I'm not quite sure why. Unless he just expects Foxy to sit there and he's trying to build meter on wake up maybe, but might just get... Harry Nightmare I think he's just checked out at this point.
I think he's a little bit flustered, no doubt about it. Oh, and he's going to get the trip guard. Foxy not ready, he's going to save the bar and not commit into any kind of full combo whatsoever. And there's another trip guard. I mean, Harry Nightmare's just getting mauled at this point.
I'm not sure if there's much you can do to really turn the momentum because Foxy is such a meter burn parry from full screen. Like, I'm not quite sure what Harry Nightmare's hoping to do here.
That's going to hurt. Has to break. That would have been an easy 35% on a punish. And there's the wake up regular roll. Has going to get a full combo because he is in cover ops. Not much
okay, if Foxy
needed.
chooses not to break, it's because he wants to kill you with that bar.
Oh, and he punishes the low. Foxy ready for it. Very unfortunate. That really is the bane of cover ops. Your 50-50s are unsafe on block.
Now, are we going to see another sack run situation where Foxy's just going to start messing with him at this point?
Oh, no. He might do. Harry Nightmare having a really hard time. Foxy just waiting it out, not overextending or giving him any time. Gets the... He's going to parry that. He's going to go for it.
No, he missed the dive kick. Harry Nightmare.
No.
Costly drop. Go for it. I mean, he needs to stop doing that. Like, straight up. That's just not going to work, and that's going to be game. Ooh. And he doesn't drop it this time. Foxy gets the brutality. A straight 3-0. Harry Nightmare just... Honestly, I really don't know what he was doing at the end there. Those parries were just not the answer. And what a pose by Melina.
And that is the patented Harry... I believe that's the patented Harry Nightmare. As soon as the set is over, win or lose, just turns his console off. And we go to the next game.
I mean, that was dominating. A really, really dominating fashion. And I think we are going to not have a break here, guys. We normally break off between quarterfinals and semis, but due to the, the slow start we had due to the connection issues, we are going to go straight into the first semi-final after we've finished.
I mean, I'd rather waste no time. This is going to be Madzin versus Sacron for our first semi-final of the night, which does mean that your top four for tonight is going to be Sacron, Madzin, Irish Mantis, and PXP of Foxy Grandpa.
Irish Mantis is having a good show, man. I mean, it's his first top 8, and he manages to at least get fourth. So he's bagged himself $100 and at least 50 placement points. Now, 12th place on the leaderboards has about 25. I believe Lord Spinal was 12th, tied 12th with a couple of people, but 50 points in your first week. If you can get 50 every week, that's going to put you in a really good situation. But here's the replay.
Oh,
now
that parry. I mean, if that was a comeback into the round, I definitely would have said that was a top 5 play material.
Now,
because oh my days,
that entire sequence was just amazing for so many reasons. It was the meter burn parry read to start it off, the cool combo to get the corner carry, the read on the parry, and your opponent doing the one thing which is completely outside the box, knowing you're going to do that, and that's his only option. I love it. I love everything about that moment, and I'm really happy we got that.
It was read after read after read after read. Now, unfortunately, I think, you said that you think if Foxy wins the first game, he may win the set. Harry Nightmare definitely seemed to get put a little bit on tilt by the end of this.
I mean, throwing out that many parries to me shows more desperation than a read.
I know, I mean, it's a situation where, because it starts up so quickly, yes, if Melina goes for back-to-back back 1-2s, or if she presses a button afterwards, then, you are going to get a combo for it into a good situation. But, I mean, this is Foxy Grandpa we're talking about, where he doesn't really ever overextend. I mean, Melina is a character that at no point really needs to overextend into anything, especially when she has the life lead. Foxy wasn't going to give Harry Nightmare that opportunity. Like, he wasn't just going to throw something out. Yes, he got hit by a couple of parries, but that really was where it ended. So we are actually wasting no time here. Good to go for our first semi-final of the night, which is going to be P&D Madsen now from Germany versus Sacron.
Hand
from
on
Russia.
heart, I truly have no idea how to call this. I don't even know what. I mean, Madsen, Grandmaster is this sort of tried and true, like, Revenant sub is his favorite character in this game right now. Sacron has Kung Jin, but is he going to go for the Katana pick? We know he's comfortable with that, but his Kung Jin is without a doubt his best character, but he has the option. He plays Gunslinger, he plays Katana, he plays Kung Jin. He has the... Both these players have the luxury to pick multiple characters, but really this first match, I believe, is going to set the pace how it's going to go. It's Shaolin, so it's Shaolin Kung Jin versus Sub-Zero. I do believe the low chakram is a really good option for dealing with the clone
and
the
let's
neutral.
not forget that Kung Jin's stuff, again, much like Ninjutsu Scorpion, does not have much of a herbucks on it at all and will go through the clone.
Okay, so Madsen does get his stage. Sacron playing patiently. A trade for the first hit. Sacron manages to get it. Down one into... Wow, lots of down ones going on right here. Sacron uses both bars already and goes into a clone. That is not the way you want to start off a match against Grandmaster. Using both bars, one of which was got through the first hit bonus, immediately wasting them both, and then being down on life in the corner against Grandmaster. I don't think that could have gone any worse.
And there comes the clone. Here comes some of the full screen stuff. I mean, Sacron has to be careful. Cannot afford to take trades because that reason alone. One trade's going to go into a hard knockdown into clone, into corner. Madsen tries to run in for clone, doesn't quite get it.
Or throws him. I think he expected it to go into the clone, but just not quite close enough. Sacron back to the corner, doesn't guess right on the overhead to try to jump out, and Madsen's going to recapture him for big damage into round one already.
And this could be the story of Sacron's life at the moment. This is what Madsen does. He is going to put you in the corner, and he's going to win the game on it, unless you can get a good read. We are on the Jinsei chamber. Sacron is going to have access to that meter ban escape. Unfortunately, though, Spencer's only bar of meter. Here comes the refreeze from Madsen to hard knockdown into another clone.
I don't think this is going to work. Sacron just so down. Wonderful tech, but I mean, this Grandmaster, even if he teched, he was going to go, oh wow, and the read by Madsen. Sacron knows he's not far enough, close enough to make that work.
Madsen trying to get the trip guard, isn't going to quite get it. Sacron's still alive. Again, another whiffed clone that did not come out.
Wake up backdash. This gets out there, going to go straight into that, going to end in the corner. The corner carry almost unrivaled. Wow, just back in the corner already.
And there's the meter band clone, just try and get out there quicker. Not as punishable. Sacron going for a little bit of desperation on those little jump punches. Madsen immediately plays, and that's going to go straight into a brutality. Nice patience from Madsen.
Now, I love it, right? Because normally we see Madsen go meter burn clone straight into back two, because the meter burn clone recovers so quickly. Like, if you're not ready for it, it's going to do serious damage to you. But he does it so often, and players like Sacron, he knows there's no way Sacron isn't watching everything he does and is learning and trying his best to download it. So he does meter burn clone, and you see everyone that watches Madsen will stand block after that, because they're expecting the back two, because it's a thing that Madsen tends to do a lot against people for the first time.
Sacron straight in with that tournament katana pick on the Royal Storm.
But Madsen sat
variation.
there and then went for a throw instead.
Yep.
Like,
Indeed.
downloading the download.
Yep. And
Giving the download a virus.
That's what happens with high-level Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's calling an opponent's bluff. If you think they're going to do something, you need to be one step ahead.
It's the side of competitive fighting games that you really have to see to believe. It's so hard to explain that sort of thing, but if you understand the game, it's easy to understand what we mean when we say that. But there is so much more going on than just two characters throwing some special moves at each other.
Now Sacron's gone in for this Royal Storm Katana pick because that reason alone, he's going to use his fans to completely try and shut down any form of clone game. Now, he's going to have an armored reversal to try and get out of the corner, but once he gets put in the corner, nice use of the reversal. She has got good tools to get around this clone.
There's the fan, Madsen at release. Then there's the meter burn clone into back two. And that was a nice confirm. Only 26% damage, manages to keep Sacron cornered, severely down on life. Tries to trip guard with the down four, but wow, and a down one anti-air from Sub-Zero. Madsen so ready. I'm not sure if I agree with Sacron using the meter burn for that, but at least he's out of the corner. This is where he wants to be. If he gets put in the corner, he's in serious trouble.
I was about to say we might see a comeback here. Otherwise, I think that butt barge was a humongous waste of meter from Sacron.
Clone in the neutral, just trying to build some meter at the very least to stop the fans from working. Sacron being so hesitant to throw fans right now. Now, I love just how many ice balls Madsen's going for, because he really wants to get that trade. Because one ice ball is going to corner him, it's going to give him some damage, momentum, all that good stuff that we talk about week after week.
Nice down one fan, Madsen going in for an instant break, and those fans recovering so quickly, an ice trade is extremely unlikely.
Now Sacron has to be careful, he's dodging a minefield now. If he gets hit by one of these, he's in trouble.
Nice run into down four, but to be honest, that's one of the things about Grandmaster. He isn't really going to be able to get much of a life lead back on you at all. He has to get in.
Meter burn fans. Goes to the block string. Not quite sure if the forward 2 is guaranteed off Meteor Fan, but I think he, at the very least, knows Madsen's going to be blocking.
Madsen just needs to get one touch in the corner, so Saccron knows that, and he's not going to go anywhere near that corner. He's going to play the clock right now. 34 seconds left.
Now, Saccron's playing
something
so smart right now. He's got the life lead. Oh, wow. I mean, aside from a couple of jump-ins, he's playing really patiently. That's going to give him, I mean, almost a guaranteed round at this point. So he's not going to quite kill him, I don't think. But he's going to get him in the corner, have all that screen behind him to work with, and just look at that life deficit. Runs him for the throw as well. Fakes him out to the very end. Saccron takes round 2.
Now, I definitely don't think Saccron is going to go in this situation. I definitely see him trying to play the rest of the screen and just play the zoning game.
Both sitting at a full X-ray right now, though, so it's a question of who's going to use it first. I mean, not even the X-ray, just that bar. That's a breaker and a reversal. That is an X-ray. That's a parry. That's a 50-50 off every back one if Katana gets you blocking. There's a lot of utility both these characters have with that meter, but I mean, they're both being quite conservative with it right now.
Very risky stuff going on here right now, Madsen. I mean, Saccron is dominating the neutral right here, and that's exactly why we have seen this Katana pick.
Oh, there's a trip guard. Saccron knows he's going to throw. Both players playing so smart right now.
I mean, this raises questions in your head. If I'm Sub-Zero and I hit it down 4, am I going to go in? There's a full combo. Madsen has to break this.
First meter used like 50 seconds later. Already 45, and that was a clutch jump from Saccron. Big corner damage coming up. But no, he does drop it. That's horrible for Saccron.
This could be quite bad. This could be bad.
Oh,
nice
escape. Get out.
Really good escape there from Saccron. Oh, clean jump. Ever so slightly whiffs the jumping punch. Madsen's still alive. I mean, it's going to be tricky to come back, but he might be able to. One X-ray is going to put this in a bad situation. Gets the freeze. Here comes Madsen.
But Madsen
now he's going to play the clock.
Oh, there's a meter burn, but he threw away his breaker, but Saccron can kill him in one X-ray right now.
Madsen's going to play the clock right now.
Oh, that last bar. So careful if he starts chipping. I actually can't tell who's ahead right now. No, is Madsen lost it because that. Oh no!
He's got the X-ray, but that might not be enough! Saccron's going to go in, right the clock, get the NJP, and win game number 2.
Now, under any normal circumstances, I would see that X-ray whiff and go, wow, what a shame! Like, how bad is that? But the tiny amount of damage it did got him the life lead. Oh, that was so smart. Saccron slowing this game down to a snail's pace because he knows Sub-Zero's not going to chip me. And Madsen, Blood God, I knew it. Blood God, you're not going to zone this guy out. He's going to parry it for days. Health regen if you try and lame him out. I love it.
Now, a certain Katana player called Katana Prime does think that Blood God versus Katana is not a favorable matchup for Katana at all.
I mean, Madsen went straight to it. There was no hesitating. It was, okay, I lost with Sub-Zero. Blood God time.
Fight.
I mean, he's just going to have longer limbs, he has the survivability, unless he makes some serious mistakes. I mean, Saccron might just bag himself the first hit, but oh wow, anti-cross-up down one does miss, but I mean, she's got some long combos. I can imagine that the totem's going to go by the end of most of them. But
I mean, even with the totem active, that's still 18% damage into a good knockdown. Madsen not respecting, that's going to be big damage in the corner.
Oh, that hurts so good. 43%, 45, 46 for a bar. Madsen in trouble right now. Now, does he make the comeback with, does he try and get, I mean, at this point, you just want to get the breaker, and Saccron knows that can be punished.
I mean, that's really good matchup knowledge there from Saccron, where if you're going to fight a character that allegedly does give your character trouble, you are going to lab some of these options, and knowing that you get the meteor burn reversal as an answer, he's going to go in for the health regen. He might still be alive, but I mean, this is a bit of a bad situation for Madsen.
He did get quite a lot of health back, and he is still regenning.
He's going to do it again. He is going to build health back. He's going to build meter on the fans too.
Oh, that was lovely. Madsen so ready. Gets a throw. If Madsen starts a comeback off those totems, I will be gobsmacked.
And he gets the trip guard.
Saccron forced to break it. Very easily got the bar out of him.
That's going to whiff. Madsen with the patience. There's the reversal. Still alive. And Madsen might still be able to pull this back.
10 seconds. I'm not sure. Oh, catches him. Is that enough damage? Goes to damage. Gets the throw, but wonderful Ted to keep himself alive.
3 seconds left on the clock. Gonna try and go to the push.
Oh, that's gonna do it for him!
Madsen running the clock once again, taking round 1 of game number 3. What even was that, Mustard?
That was 99 seconds of what the hell is going on. Uses those clutch healing, the damage reduction, the damage boost, the throw tech into the down 2. Everything about that round was delicious.
Momentum all in Madsen's favor now, getting a clean jump. I think Saccron hesitant to go for the anti-air, but has got him in the corner. And this is going to be big damage if Madsen gets tagged once again.
I love EU. I love the EU side of this league that we get to see this week after week. Thank you guys for entering this league. That was amazing. I'm so happy to see that.
Gets the jump back, doesn't get the conversion because he's too far away. Is going to go for just free damage reduction instead and make himself really hard to make a comeback on. Speaking of that, he's going to heal all of that health back, sitting in the damage reduction totem as well.
Damage boost ready as the parry uses a little bit of it. I mean, a bit more damage. That's not so bad. Oh, there's that jump that Sakron's looking for. Madsen's starting to do a little bit too much jumps now. Wake up down 2. Madsen is ready.
Just like that, Madsen making himself really hard to deal with. That's going to do increased damage because he's sitting in the sun ray. Sakron in a bad situation right now.
Madsen hesitates for the down 2.
Oh, he's not going to get respect to frames. Is he going to break? He is indeed. Here comes damage reduction. He's going to make himself tricky to hit once again. Now, this Sakron, has he got a comeback in him?
This is going to be tough. He's got to chip away. I mean, I say it over and over again, the brick wall that is Blood God. Especially when he's doing the damage reduction totems like that, gets another throw. I mean, 5%, 6%, that's
14 seconds on the clock. I mean, Madsen might just try and ride the timeout. And just like that, he's going to call the read. I love the idea that Madsen, just like that, he's going to go for his patented Blood God finish. You know he's reenacting that at home right now. He's going to have his hand, he's reaching forward, his hand's going to be in the air, and now he goes, yeah!
Let's talk about that first round. That first round, Madsen was down on...
You mean the round that under no circumstances should Madsen have won at all?
He had like 5% health left, like surely about 5%. Gets himself 2 healing beams, damage reduction non-stop, but as soon as he has enough health to contest and Sakron gets low, damage totem comes out. Madsen's like, yeah, I'm going to pull this out of the ground. That clutch down 2 at the last minute. But yeah, I was about to say, I don't think we're going to see Sakron stick with Katana, but Sakron's put himself in a funny situation here.
I mean, you can't zone Blood God.
I mean, Sakron's Iron Black is amazing. His gunslinger is truly remarkable. We saw it in week 1 do really good work against Vladdy in the grand finals, but if Madsen, I don't know what character Madsen considers like his best character against Iron Black, but he's put himself in a situation where if he loses with Blood God, which he could very well win with Blood God, but if he loses, he has one final opportunity to counterpick.
Madsen's going to block that 50-50. I think Sakron is going to bag the first hit. Nice tick grab there. Now he's going to go absolutely ham on this pressure because Blood God hasn't got any answers for it.
Oh, Madsen's go off block.
I mean, this is one of the elements of Blood God, really, in that he really is free to this kind of extreme pressure. And Sakron, knowing it, going straight in for the Iron Black switch.
Now, can we talk about how smart that was from Sakron, though? Because he saw that Madsen got the knockdown and delayed his wake up.
Nice conversion on that down 1.
He opts to go for the outlaw, you know, for the...
Oh my god, big damage. Sakron has to break.
Oh, that's incredible. 35% damage. Madsen gets a life lead. Sakron on the ropes right now. Has 3 bars to work with, though. Uses one of them just to get them blocking. Madsen goes for a totem on serious minus frames. Not quite sure why he opted to go for that. Sakron's probably going to take round 1 off that. Yeah, good stuff. Madsen disrespects the frames one too many times and will lose the round for it.
Oh, nice standing one to try and challenge it. Madsen with the block again, but Iron Black is plus 1 block after that. And it's going to be kind of tricky to set totems up with this much full screen zoning.
Wow.
Speaking of that, big damage from Madsen. Sakron acknowledging that has to break. And that's a good trade for Madsen, in all honesty.
The question is, which of these projectiles does Madsen try to parry and which ones does he just take the block of? Surely the 2-shot, he has to really take that. Oh, Sakron doesn't block the Ben Pizza.
That's 1 bar though for not much damage. Nice hit confirmed from Sakron. That is going to use up all of that totem time.
Like your new holes.
Wake up jump. Sakron doesn't confirm, tries to, but doesn't get it. Wake up down 1. Use plus frames, guarantees himself a totem.
Gets the stagger, gets a down 1. Back-to-back down 1 to challenge it. Sakron going to have to block this. Gets tagged by the low. Madsen lives to fight another day.
Damage reduction, just plays it safe. Manages to put himself to match point. Madsen 1 round away from making himself another grand finalist for 2 weeks in a row. Sakron really on the ropes, but can make it happen. Has the bar to work with.
Oh, that's going to whiff and recover extremely quickly. Nice challenge there on Sakron for the meter burn grab. Going to power straight through that block attempt.
Oh, doesn't catch him, but doesn't commit either. Sakron just gets a little bit of damage. Standoff stance from point blank, gets the 50-50. Madsen doesn't block it. Is forced to break to keep himself in the match.
Nice use of the retreat, but it is going to do minuscule damage against Blood God. Nice anti-air again, tries to catch it. Madsen not going to go in for the whip punish attempt. That's going to be a full hit confirmed. Sakron does it ever so slightly too early.
Oh, jumps over it. Manages to get 50-50 again, but completely whiffs. Madsen gets a throw, going to give himself a guaranteed totem. Going to be damage reduction, or is he going to cash out for damage? Or goes for the pizza. Oh, misses his totem. That's a shame. Completely misses the free totem.
And he challenges it, maybe just in case. Sakron goes for an air, goes in for the jump kick just to challenge it. Here comes Madsen.
Oh, lets him out the corner. I don't think he was expecting Sakron to get hit by that. Maybe Sakron let himself get hit by it, possibly?
He's going to get it. Madsen has to break that.
Now, Madsen doesn't have the bar to regenerate health. Oh, but tries! Oh! Blocked coin in the toe is going to kill the Emperor of Outworld. Who'd have thunk?
How about that?
2-all right now. 1 game to go. Does Madsen stick with it because that was so close, or does he try one final counter pick?
In this situation, I really don't know. I mean, is Madsen going to go straight back to Grandmaster? Because, I mean, I know you can kind of zone out. You can zone Grandmaster to a degree, but, I mean, he gets one touch, and there he is, going to go straight back in for Grandmaster pick, because, to be fair, I think once you put Aaron Black in the corner, he may be in a bad situation, and he hasn't got amazing mids to contest things like down 4.
He needs meter to reliably get past the clone, but as we all know, armored reversals isn't a guaranteed way to get out of the corner against Sub-Zero.
This is going to decide who is our first grand finalist of Week 3 of the ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League. Let's go, Madsen versus Sacron.
Oh, go straight into the clone. I don't think Sacron's ready for Grandmaster. He did this in game 1. Just consistently found himself just walking into clones.
What was that? Hard knockdown. I have never seen that combo before. Gets hit by another overhead. Is Madsen going to do it again? Goes in for the damage, doesn't quite get it.
Madsen showing us all something new right now. I mean, just when you've seen this guy play hundreds of matches, you think you've seen it all. He just does that.
Almost a good trade. He's going to get the jump kick into slide. And just like that, Madsen finds himself on match point against Sacron from the CIS.
Comfortable match point as well. 1 round away from winning.
That was a very risky. Catches the one just in case. Try and hit confirm. Doesn't get it. That is me plus on block. Madsen to challenge it with the clone.
Oh no, Sacron. That was never going to work. But manages to keep himself safe. There's the bar usage as well, but throws him straight back in. Madsen so smart with that.
Oh, he challenges it. Risky stuff, but it is going to pay out for him. Oh, Madsen with the clean jumps.
Oh no, but Sacron does recover in time. Sacron is really good at just knowing when his stuff is going to recover and when he can get away with it. Doesn't get it wrong this time, gets a full combo.
Now this is a good situation for Sacron because he is mid-screen. He hasn't got him. Nice hit confirm into the anti-air.
That
catching
was
the good damage.
Oh, but he's cornered. This could be comeback. This is Grandmaster after all. Hasn't got the bar, has used it. There's the refreeze. One more touch is going to kill him. He's going to get a breaker.
Slide
Sacron's
or
gonna have to
grab.
use it.
Slide or grab. He's going to go for nothing. Gets hit by the low. Hit by the overhead. Has to break.
Oh, but that goes through. Oh, wow. If Madsen was ever so slightly close, that would have worked. Madsen 3 bars to work with, has the corner. Sacron no bar. If Madsen keeps him in the corner, no, manages to get out clean. Sacron wonderful read. Let's go block, but gets himself further mid-screen, but tries the anti-air with a standing 1 against Sub-Zero's jump in. Not something you want to risk at this point with no breaker. From the corner to corner.
Oh
no.
there again. Here comes Madsen. Big damage into slide.
Keeps him there. Meatbone clone back 2. Sacron's ready for it. There's the bar.
That could have been the set, but he bet it all on the slide. And he's going to get the delay down 3. Challenging the delay there from Sacron. Here comes the clone. This could be it.
That's game.
Catches him in the air.
Game.
Madsen is going to be your first grand finalist.
That
Week 3.
Such an amazing set. Madsen keeps himself in it until the very end. Sacron fights back so valiantly. And a true Madsen faction kill breaks every bone in his body.
I know Sasnak does not like the sound of bones crunching, so that getting pumped straight into her ears, I'm sure was fantastic.
I mean, that was incredible. That truly was a good set. I mean,
one of the best sets we've had.
I mean,
so far, absolutely.
At no point was that not everything we wanted it to be. It was 3-2. I would have been happy with either of them winning at that point. They played so well. They played all their characters.
If Sacron pulled it through in that final game, he would have made an Aaron Black comeback in the corner with no meter against a Grandmaster with 3 bars. That would have been an amazingly deserved comeback, but just wasn't meant to be. Madsen is going to pull it through, again showing why having a team of characters is so important, because in that situation, Katana gives Sub-Zero a little bit of a hard time because she can run the clock. We saw that in an amazing game. However, Madsen plays more than Sub-Zero, plays other characters, plays the board a little bit, and that Blood God pick to get around some of those characters that give Grandmaster a hard time is so crucial.
But that's why it's important. I mean, and we can't stress enough. Like, we see so many players having success with multiple characters. There is nothing wrong with playing a single character if that character doesn't have impossible matchups. Now, I know impossible matchup is something that, let's be real, it's thrown around far too often, in especially in MKX. You know, so, some people will have knee-jerk reactions based on new characters that appear. You know, oh, this character beats my character, like an impossible number. And a lot of times that is quite knee-jerk and isn't necessarily true. But sometimes as a game develops, characters do have incredibly difficult matchups. Let's think. Whenever we see Biohazard come up against Wound Cowboy or any competent Shinnok player, Ferritor against Shinnok is not a fun matchup for Ferritor. Ferritor gets destroyed by Shinnok. That is a true, incredibly difficult matchup.
Across all 3 variations as well. So when you find yourself in that situation, you have to ask yourself, do I find a backup? do I have other characters that can play?
Oh, that combo.
I didn't even know that could combo.
Oh, that was
but
so
Mad's
good.
in straight in with that damage, and he gets over. That worked so often against Sacron, where he would go clone into back 2. Sacron ate a lot of those overheads. And I like, the thing is, that's the thing, it wasn't even like Sacron was playing badly. It just wasn't the set. I mean, he played all 3 of his characters. Kung Jin didn't work out because he got put in the corner. Straight in with a smart katana pick. Worked wonders. Got that amazing game. And then goes straight to Aaron Black. He played the board. He played the board in games.
So just quickly to finish up on what I was saying before we move on. Having the ability to change to other characters if you fight difficult matchups. If Madsen didn't have a really good Kotal Khan, he would have been forced to fight Katana or Sub-Zero. Can't chip her out, can't chase her down. He played well, but that was infinitely easier because he had the option to change. And we'll say that over and over again. If you've got the team to make it count, it's worth it. Now, we saw one of the best comebacks we've ever seen in the MKX Pro League. Do we have any comments on it? We must do.
Well, we do. The Madsen hype again has been absolutely through the roof. As it always is. We have STFU Skinny tweeting that was lit, which I assume is short for legit. And
It's just a new thing.
a new thing.
It means good, I think.
And Adam Kelly again, Mad always getting them crazy wins. If that wasn't a traumatic set enough for me with my favourite MK player against my favourite MK character, thank you Ketchup for bringing light to my badness with bone crunching.
I mean, you're doing analysis for the right game. If you can't handle bone crushing and
I
bone
think-
crunching,
I think you can handle it. You're just not a fan of it.
you just have to learn.
But
Well, I'd
crafted-
also like to remind you
crafted
guys
by the Pro League.
that if you'd like to get involved with our conversation, you can tweet us using the hashtag MKX Pro League. What's your favourite set been this evening? To be honest, that was mine, despite the tearing of my heart. Let me know what set have you enjoyed most. And also, as well, don't forget to enter our raffle at esl.gg/MKXComp. You can win this lovely MKX Pro player set.
Which comes with a lanyard, MK badge, t-shirt, and limited edition course Scorpion skin for PlayStation 4.
Super rare and hard to get nowadays.
Now, what's our second semi-final? We have Foxy Grandpa versus Irish Mantis.
I'm looking forward to
interested.
this set. I'm looking forward to this set because, I mean, Irish Mantis, forever the crowd pleaser. The stream already loved this guy the second we interviewed him, and everyone was like, oh my, he sounds Irish as hell. And I like that. The stream immediately liking this guy. I mean, his name's Irish Mantis, right? You know, of course.
He's got his Leprechaun player card, literally Leprechaun player card. I'm not being offensive. That is, just look at it on the loading screen. We'll find it. But he has this amazing stunt double. We see Cage all the time, but stunt double is really quite a diamond in a dozen. Because we see A-list, nothing wrong with that. A-list is fantastic. But there's only really a handful of truly amazing stunt double
That
players.
is the most Irish player card I think I've ever seen. Just to remind you guys as
Told
well,
ya.
to get into top 8, Irish Mantis had to take out the other contender of Johnny Cage in Vladdy 7R 3-1.
Now, first hit into a throw. Irish Mantis being aggressive at the start, manages to get a small life lead.
Oh, nice reversal. Irish Mantis wasting no time and being very aggressive in this matchup.
Now, the thing is, Johnny Cage has the mids to deal with back 1-2, but I mean, this isn't a matchup I've really seen too often.
There's the delay. Good patience from Irish Mantis. Not biting. Nice throw tech. Good meter burn reversal as well. Foxy may start neutral crouching those. Speaking like going straight
jumps
in,
the combo!
drops the combo.
Oh, that's going to hurt. He has one clone to use. Foxy decides to break himself in it, but runs into a projectile. Oh, and that's a full punish. 35% incoming.
Bam, bam, bam. 35% damage. And the ball is straight back in Foxy's court. Nice throw tech again from Irish Mantis.
Oh, and Foxy doesn't respect it. Round 1 goes to Irish Mantis.
In the wise words of PND Madsen, respect the frames, mate.
I was about to say 3 for 3 throws teched, but the 4th will work.
If at first you don't succeed, do it until it works. And he's going to get the down 4, challenging that back 1. I foresee that down 4 being crucial in this matchup.
Oh, gets the 50-50. Irish Mantis gets this wrong. Decides not to break, keeps himself with a bar. I think he'd rather just have it for the block strings at this point.
Foxy spent his only bar of meter on that 50-50. He committed to that. Nice reactions from Irish Mantis going straight through that side. And here comes the plus frames from Stunt Double once again. Foxy blocking him down 4, challenging button presses back 1-2. And here he goes again. There's another good throw tech. Irish Mantis, very difficult to tech in this situation.
Big damage incoming. Oh no, he drops it, but still hits him, still gets the knockdown. But Foxy Grandpa's built himself 2 bars in almost no time at all.
I think Mantis, oh, and he goes in for the meter burn roll, drops the combo again, goes in for another meter burn roll, and doesn't drop the combo this time. Now, Irish Mantis, I think, right there, he did 2 forward dashes into a standing 1. I think he expected to be pixels closer to the corner than he was. That looked like a corner-specific combo that was just ever so slightly far away.
And there's the plus frames.
Oh, and he challenges a
But
jump
no,
back.
drops the launcher again. Irish Madness needs to tighten this execution up to make it work. I mean, he has so many opportunities, but he's just letting Foxy slip through his fingertips.
This is a little bit of a slightly sloppy game in that both players right here are leaving damage on the table, but Foxy just coming off slightly better in these changes. Again, challenging it with a down 2. An unorthodox decision, but it is going to work, and he's got a bar of meter. He's going to make this last as long as possible. I think he might meter burn Nut Punch just to build up the time. Here comes the Nut Punch again, and he's going to do it again into the guaranteed mimicry.
But did use the bar stun's got hard to blockable, but has Foxy in the corner. And there's the throw, but Foxy throws it again. You just can't throw Foxy in such situations. Oh, he's ready! But there's the meter burn reversal, doesn't drop it this time. That's guaranteed restand, but Irish Madness still needs to get one more hit.
And he gets the 50-50 once again. That was either going to be meter burn low side or meter burn overhead roll. And Foxy once again dedicating to the 50-50 and getting it very effectively in game one.
That was risky by Foxy, but very smart. The restand in the corner guarantees a back 1-2. You have to block that back 1-2. That jails you, and from that you're going to be blocking a low side, or if he's got the bar, a meter burn roll for the overhead. It basically left him restanding with enough health that a guaranteed 50-50 came, and Foxy, instead of playing patient, he just went, nope, I'm going for it. 50-50, let's go. Low side, meter burn roll, one or the other.
The question is, should Mantis have saved one of those bars on the Nut Punch to get the meter burn mimicry uppercut?
It would have armor broke, it would have given himself a good situation.
Or was the timer not up, and did he expect a meter burn roll from Foxy?
Round 1. Fight.
Looks like I've made a quick stage swap to the code. Uses only bar on that. Tries to go for the throw, but Irish Madness scouts it out.
No, this is where the rest of the game could be a bit tricky for Irish Madness. Now he has no bars of meter, and he's already used up one of his mimicry. So Foxy's sitting on 2 bars. He can break the second he gets touched, and now he can afford to be defensive and play the zoning game. Nice dagger, again a good throw tech, but that small step back just to whiff punish that forward 3 that Foxy knew Irish Madness was going to throw out.
Now, it makes you wonder, right, that because the sheer amount of throws that Irish Madness has managed to tech, is that making Foxy do more of them? Is he trying to make you so confident in teching them that he just keeps challenging it over and over and over again? And Irish Madness teching it again!
Over and over again. Cannot throw this guy. I believe only 1 or 2 throws in the entire set have landed so far, and Foxy's done a lot of them.
Round 2.
But instead of just, teching on the read, if he sort of pulled the Foxy against him and managed to full combo him every time by just neutral crouching it, he'd be getting a lot more for it. I mean, it's a hard read.
A grab
But he did
is
well.
going to slip the net right there. He's going to get away with one, but not before he gets hit by another throw tech. Uh-oh. Bad trip guard there from Foxy, but this is Molina, so he is going to have a breaker available.
Was that a punish?
Maybe.
I mean, perhaps Foxy's just used to being able to get away with low sides from that distance because they, from full screen, they basically are safe.
Oh, not ready. Maybe that could have been with punished by the forward 3, but Irish Madness a little bit worried about dedicating. Here's the down 4. This is what Irish Madness needs. Has Foxy in a good situation. Tries to step back, but that down 4 is going to get challenged. Full combo from Foxy, and Mantis saving all of his bar. Couldn't break in that situation.
Oh, gets the down 4 challenge. Oh, doesn't use the clone. Oh no, that's so close to death. Oh!
Very unfortunate right there that he opted to. In that situation, I mean...
No, I think I know why Irish Madness did that. I believe all... I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong on this. I believe all X-rays in the game do have a frame or so of invincibility right at the start. He was chip territory away from getting chipped out by a dive kick, and he knew that. I think he just did the X-ray a little bit too early. I think he basically tried to effectively use it as a parry for the invincibility frames to absorb the dive kick. So then the X-ray would hit Molina instead. I believe that was what he had in mind. It would really explain why he did it in that exact situation. Right,
or maybe he didn't. Maybe he did it in that situation because if he did meter burn roll, it would have armor broke. If he did roll, maybe the hitbox of the X-ray would have caught the roll, and maybe he would have caught Molina's dive kick on the way up.
But he was literally chip damage away. That was no armor. If he traded armor broke, he would have lost for sure. He needed the invincibility frame on the X-ray to win, but unfortunately he just timed it wrong because it's very difficult. But I understand the method behind it.
Now Foxy's just going to play this full screen game. He's going to harass Mantis, and he's going to make him get in. Run and grab again. Another good throw tech from Mantis, and the low profiling low side is going to comfortably go underneath that shadow kick.
Oh no, a crucial combo drop. Irish Madness not playing at his best right now.
It's quite a common story where the opponent will drop a combo and then get a hit immediately afterwards, but then Foxy breaks. You know, you finally get the chance to do it again, and again the low profiling completely nullifying that meter burn shadow kick.
Oh wow, and there's the whiff punish on the down 4. Foxy ready for it. Gets a jump over.
Ooh, risky jump, but it is going to work out. This is what Madness needs. Now he's going to go in for the nut punch. Is he going to go for the hard to blockables? He is indeed, and there we go. There's the hard to blockable. Foxy gets hit by it clean, and here comes the down 4. One more piece of mimicry for the plus frames. Gets the grab, but Foxy's going to tech it. Very hard to tech and throw both these guys, and a clean round 1. Match point, Foxy Grandpa.
Wonderful sequence from Madness, but just too little health left. Foxy's so close to death, but the clutch throw tech's just keeping him in match after match.
Slight step back to try and bait an option from Foxy. Again, a good throw tech from Irish Madness. A good throw tech from Foxy. This has been a set of amazing throw techs.
Oh, gets that one.
Full combo, here we go. Big damage.
Leaves her standing. Oh, tries to stagger. She has the bar. Risky play, but still gets it.
Now there is quite a lengthy cooldown on that mimicry, and he tries to go for the armor break, doesn't quite get it. Foxy in a great situation, drops the combo though. That's going to be a full punish from Irish Madness. Here he comes, big damage.
Foxy doesn't have a breaker. This is quite dangerous for him. Oh, and there's a read. Keeps the breaker, actually. Decides not to use it in the end. Just concedes the round. Irish Madness manages to get a round on the board.
I think Foxy was neutral crouching on prediction of a grab, and that's exactly why Irish Madness went in for that overhead. Oh, purposefully neutral ducking once again. Foxy getting that PND on deck. Nice whiff punish.
A nice 35% damage. 2 bars still to go. Has his own breaker. Irish Madness has to use. Oh no, that L2 could have been game. And that might just be enough.
The combo's not quite going to kill, but I mean, anything into low size can hurt at this point. Irish Madness cannot really go in. That's going to be straight in. Meter burn dive kick just to get the extra chip, and that's going to be a brutality finish. Swiftly sending Foxy Grandpa 3-0 into Grand Finals, where he will fight once again his teammate PND Madsen.
So this is a bit of a repeat Grand Final. Season 2 seems to rear its head once again. So we've got Foxy Grandpa versus Madsen. Now, let's recap on what happened last week. There was a 3-0, but that score did not reflect on just how close those 3 games in the Grand Finals were when Madsen fought Foxy. Madsen went for a, I say surprise Jason pick. We saw him practicing this before. He did it, I believe he tried it at Vianality?
Yes,
Yes,
he did.
He tried it at Vianality and it didn't work. He tried it in the Pro League and he had better results, but it didn't work as much. We're going to have a quick look at today's bracket and see how these guys managed to get to the Grand Finals. Sacron Aquari, 3-1. Unfortunately, we did miss that set due to our earlier connection issues, but we did get them sorted, where we managed to see Krathen and Madsen, terrific set. Irish Madness and Storm, wonderful set. Harry Nightmare Foxy, very dominant set. Sacron Madsen, set of the night by far.
Set of the EU League, I think. What an amazing set of matches, as you can see though. But once again, history is starting to repeat itself. So Madsen and Foxy, but I will be honest, doesn't really look as easy as it was to get here. Obviously, Foxy being the exception where he has kind of, again, 3-0'd his way into Grand Finals, but Madsen in Season 2 being such a massively dominant force, with the exception of maybe a couple of players. This side of the bracket has been a little bit harder for Madsen to get in, especially with that set versus Sacron. So before we get underway, I'd like to find out one more time, before we get into this Grand Finals, Sasnak, has Twitter been saying anything interesting before we get started?
Well, there was actually a lot of Mantis support in that game just gone. See, QBTS said no, Irish, you got this easy. He did well, but I don't think he quite had it easy.
I mean, again, it was 3-0, but some of those games were so close. Like, really genuinely good matches.
Indeed.
And also a tweet I'd like to read out from Brett Beeling, Gier, I guess, in support of Madsen.
Yeah!
Brett Beeling, the eternal master of the combat class.
The professor.
The professor. That was pretty good.
I mean,
like
the
that.
guys watching won't get it and just think that's a bit awkward.
These guys are just stupid. I hate them so much.
I mean, those that get it, that's great. But what can the wonderful folks at home win before we get into this Grand Final madness?
So just before Grand Finals, you can again enter our raffle for the MKX Pro Player Pack at esl.gg/MKXComp. Remember, the URL has to all be in lowercase or... I don't know what else is going to happen anymore. Mustard doesn't seem to like my joke, so I might just leave it there.
The link won't work if it's in lowercase. It won't work,
No,
guys.
it won't work if it's in uppercase.
If it's in uppercase, that's why you're here. The link will not work. It's not in lowercase. How about that?
Uppercase.
Oh my God. This is why I don't do social media, all right? This is why you do it. And let's move on. Grand Finals, yeah. Madden versus Foxy, right?
Yep.
Can we just move on to that, please?
Right, okay, cool. Now, I actually want to ask quickly, can we bring up the current league standings before we get into this? Because we're in quite an interesting situation right now. We've got Sacron and Foxy Grandpa both have a phenomenal amount of points right now. Sacron went into this with about... how much was it off the top of my head? He went in with about...
Well, he won a league and then went out first round, so it was 125.
125 points.
He was still number 1 going into this week.
But he's got 50 from today, so 175 Sacron's going to be on. Foxy went in with 100 this week, guaranteed 75. So if Foxy gets second, he will be tied. No. Yes, he will be tied with Sacron should he get second place. If Foxy wins, he's then going to be able to reclaim his number 1 spot as European seed. It took him 3 weeks to do it, but he will get up in that situation again.
But Madsen will also find himself in a good situation because Madsen went into this with 75 points and he's now got another minimum of 75 himself, which means that I think the top four is looking to be quite interesting.
Right, so here's the current points.
So Foxy Grandpa, Sacron's sitting on 150 at the moment, but Foxy has 125. As you can see from this, Vladdy did actually miss a week by not making it into top 8. So Madsen's sitting in a very, very interesting situation. This was the point standings going into this top 8, when everyone who made it this week had a minimum of 25. So this is obviously slightly different now, where Madsen will go in with a minimum of 75, Foxy will go in with a minimum of 75, which means if Foxy wins, he will become the number 1 seed, overtaking Sacron. Madsen will move up in the ranks. However, I think the seeding actually might remain among these top guys pretty interesting and pretty similar. So we might see these guys give us these brilliant sets like we saw tonight, all into next week.
But this is where it's going to get really interesting, because at this point it's quite fair to say that Sacron, Foxy, Vladdy and Madsen, they have a nice generous amount of points. If Vladdy misses another top 8, he might be out of that current top 4 standing, but if he makes another top 8, he's going to sort of comfortably be in there. So let's say, for argument's sake, that those top 4 are there. Let's say there's a couple of spots left to go. There is not a lot of points separating those guys below. And now we've got Irish Mantis got himself 50 points. Aquari got himself another 25 points. If Irish Mantis makes a couple more, he could be up in those league standings. And that's not even taking into account the players we see that get so close, but take each other out beforehand.
I think, while we're setting up this grand finals, that is a testament to how cutthroat this season has been so far, because we said it again, season 1 and 2, there were some players that made it through into the season finals. They earned their spot, where they absolutely earned their spot, but it was through more consistency rather than super high placings. Now, because not only is EU and CIS one league, but also our numbers are way bigger than they were before. A good week on Xbox One for EU would have been about 80 or 90 entrants, for example. Moving into Season 3, where we're getting about 300 entrants on the EU side alone every single week, meaning it's a massive major, and that doesn't even begin to go into how big North America is.
But that's it. It's a weekly major tournament for $1,000 and 100 placement points to get to grand finals, a season finals, I should say, of 200,000.
And if you want to be one of those 16 players in this free-to-enter online league, which anybody, so long as you are of the right age, can enter, then you can do it. But it's not going to be an easy task. If you're going to be one of those 16 players, you have to earn it so hard in Season 3.
And you guys head to proleague.com/MKX to find out how you can enter these cups. We're only at week 3, so there is time if you have some good consistent placings to be up there with these guys. You can, if you're watching this and you think, I can take these guys on, I'm on PS4, I can do this, then go to proleague.com/MKX where you can find out how to sign up and take part. They are free to enter, and absolutely anyone, as long as you're over the age of 18 for EU, can enter them. So get a chance in to win that cash and those placement points, and we might see you in the season finals.
So we're setting up our grand finals right now, which is going to be Madsen versus Foxy Grandpa. I actually think that we might see Jason again. Kotal Khan or Jason?
I would like to see Jason again. I would hope Madsen's worked on it in the week, though, because Foxy's Melina is just smooth. You know what I mean? It's consistent, it's very steady, it's very reliable. I saw elements of that in Madsen's Jason. It just was quite rough around the edges, because it clearly isn't one of his main characters. He's picking it up for this pick. But at the same time, if he's put a week into that character, then that could make all the difference.
I mean, I completely agree, especially with the newly buffed Unstoppable, where, let's not forget, Jason in general has been upgraded where he gets built. He's got some built-in tick grabs. He's got built-in tick grabs, and he's got, very importantly, when his unstoppable damage buff is activated, he now armor breaks with everything. It's basically Superman's trait from Injustice, right? He gets access to that immediately, where it's armor breaking just outright. One of the few characters in the game that gets armor breaking properties as a built-in unbreak, not rapidly hitting attacks that chew through armor the way you would conventionally. I mean,
just the ability to break armor with them.
I hit you, armor doesn't matter. And that's I actually really like the fact that they gave that to Jason, because it's given him real relevance, especially going into when we had Kombat Pack 2 with Leatherface coming out, where Leatherface, a lot of people were kind of worried, Is Leatherface just going to kind of be another Jason where he's kind of got strike attacks, kind of up close, a little big body, kind of sluggish and slow, and Leatherface comes out and is just this massively unique character anyway. But then, at the same time they do Combat Pack 2, they throw in a patch that makes Jason better and gives him even more uniqueness, especially when you go for Relentless, where he does more damage over time, or Unstoppable, where it's crazy enough that he can get back, he can get back to life after losing if you choose to, but giving him the option to be one of the few characters in the game that can armor break by himself. I think that was a great design choice.
But Madden is going to have to defeat Foxy's Melina to do that, though, to get himself the points and the money. So let's have a quick look at some of the Melina stats going into this grand final. We can see some notable players. Foxy Grandpa, I have no doubt this is going to be updated with Saltface at some point, considering Saltface has made 2 top 8s with this character using Ethereal as well. But we can see Ravenous gets the grabs and some cool tick throws. Piercing is the bread and butter of Foxy Grandpa at this point. That crazy Psy variation with back 1-2 is so good. The low Psy makes every single blocks back 1-2 a read onto a special move if he so chooses to. And then you've got the Ethereal, which is where we see Saltface really just do some crazy things, like just using the fade and the teleports that she gets to really mix it up and get some cool confirms, get some cool comebacks like we saw only possible.
Top 5 plays week 2, we saw that, where it was Scar versus Saltface. And, I mean, if it was any other variation, Scar would have either armor broke or just done a meaty to chew through any wake-up attack in a situation where Saltface was pixels away from death. But because he was playing Ethereal, the variation that Saltface has forefronted massively gave him the invincible escape into a full combo, into another full combo, into armor-breaking Scar's wake-up, into an absolutely fantastic comeback that was only possible in Ethereal, but once again, only possible because Saltface puts in the necessary work into making Ethereal work.
It's almost as if the variation system was a really good idea and actually works in a competitive environment. Who'd have thought?
I'm not gonna. I love the variation system in the game. I mean, just giving the ability.
Tribog! Tribog! Wait, cough button.
I mean, I know, right? Where it's basically like you give players the option to have a character they love, but then that community then kind of gets divided, not divided as such, but kind of
spreads off.
Does
its own thing.
These different areas where, there's so much to explore. You've got triple the content in a character. That's the bottom line. You've got triple the options that you can go for. I think that makes for a lot of competitive variety.
I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, it's a nice dynamic. But before we go too off topic, we are going to get into our versus screen for our grand finals. We have Madzin versus Foxy Grandpa. And, I mean, how do you think it's going to do? Another 3-0? Or do you think Madzin's going to be able to really bring this back?
Foxy played Cage.
Apparently it's Reptile.
How about that? Madzin plays Melina. I mean, maybe that's a surprise pick, right? Piercing mirror.
Actually, it's funny you should mention that. It's funny you should mention that because at Hype Spotting, we saw Use for Glue go up against Foxy Grandpa. Use for Glue was really close to beating him in the mirror.
He
really
comes
close.
Use for Glue very often. I mean, I want to give the biggest shout-outs in the world to Use for Glue. The guy that actually, the way you guys see Melina played now is actually not Foxy's creation. It's Use for Glue's creation. Where back in the day, we made a tier list at the end of 2015, and we said, is Melina quite good? Is she better than people make out? I mean, obviously she got buffed. She got some buffs here and there, but as a core, Use for Glue was actually the player that kind of discovered that and showed it to Foxy, and they together kind of developed this new style of piercing that you can see now. And then when the beta came out, giving her the little buffs, it then further helped shape the fundamentals of piercing. And they come so close all the time, but going into grand finals when we have Foxy and Madzin, and he's gone into Sub-Zero. Now, this has actually seemed to be a very rough matchup for Sub-Zero. I mean, she doesn't really have to care about the clone.
If you can corner her, I mean, I see her having to do it like everyone else, but she has very fast launching armor, so if you are off...
Oh, purposely neutral ducking! PND into the 1-1 freeze. That was risky, but what a read.
There's the clone. I mean, that was a wonderful way to start things off. Gets that back on into the throw, staggers it, Madzin respects it.
Foxy's, yeah, I like the play here. He's not going to find himself pressuring Madzin in the corner because you just don't want to be in the corner against Sub-Zero at all.
Oh, that's a really good trade for Madzin. Foxy, for the first time in his life, doesn't have a breaker ready. Going to get the clone up. Oh no, Op's not to do it at all. Oh wow, actually baits it out for a full combo punish. Madzin absolutely controlling the pace.
Oh no, the jumping punch whiff because a small hitbox is so unfortunate.
In that situation, don't even go for the jumping punch. Just take the standing string, get the launcher. That's what you need.
I think in that situation, you're so used to the jumping punch just working. I mean, what's to go wrong, right? Very unfortunate situation. And this whole round has gone pear-shaped.
Oh, it's looking so good for Madsen as well. Still very much in it, but Foxy now has a break available, so I can watch out.
That 6 frame down 1, recently given to a very good tool for channeling those tiny little situations.
Oh! Wow, that was wonderful. Now, thing is, normally, Sub-Zero's jump-ins are amazing and quite hard to anti, especially his punches. So Foxy opts to run underneath him and anti him from the other side. Either amazingly good timing and getting really lucky, or just a perfect read from Foxy.
Nice throw tech right there from Madsen. You got to be so careful. But with punishing, gets a clean jump in, but not ready for it to connect from that range. That's a full hit confirmed there from Foxy, going straight in, forcing the break out of Madsen. Nice slide to go under it, but challenging it with a meterless roll. One of the better meterless wake-ups in the game. Going to opt to grab him straight into the corner. He knows Foxy's going to break. May as well get some corner pressure while we're at it. And he tries to get the jump-in punch.
Wow, dive kick completely makes the clone irrelevant. Maybe that's one of the things that we see in this matchup. So hard for Sub-Zero. I mean, the thing is, Foxy he's played this matchup like hundreds and hundreds of times with
I'm
Melina.
pretty certain that Sub-Zero is probably, especially as Melina, I'm fairly certain that Sub-Zero is probably Foxy's most fought against character. I mean, whenever I watch Foxy play anyone on stream, doesn't matter who it is, all the Sub-Zeros out there, I mean, Foxy's always playing him, and especially with Madsen as well. I mean, these guys are just training partners, so, I mean, he's so versed in this matchup at this point, but, I mean, I'm still reading over that jumping punch that just missed. It's so unfortunate, because that could have been the round. He finally got him in the corner.
It was the start of a downhill slope for Madsen, really. He had amazing momentum, brilliant reads, he got the combo, he got the trade, he got the corner positioning, but just that clutch drop just cost him so much, and he's going into a 1-0 deficit, gets his stage again, but he just needs to get her cornered. I mean, really, that is the only saving grace Grandmaster's going to have. He needs to corner her, get the clone up, and make her guess, but Madsen's being really hesitant to move in.
I mean, that's the reality of this matchup, though. Nice challenge there on the meter burn reversal. Foxy ready to go straight in with that meter burn roll. And the problem is, in this matchup, I just don't think... Nice jump in, good hit confirmed from Madsen. Here we go. I just don't think Sub-Zero is going to beat Melina in this neutral at all. She is the queen of neutral in this game.
That's the clone up. Oh no, unfortunately just misplaces it. I said earlier, Madsen's spacing that usually so good, but unfortunately, oh no! And that dive kick, even on block, forces the clone to disappear. And there's the armor. I mean, just answers for everything. Answers for absolutely everything.
You can tell piercing Melina really doesn't have to care about the clone, can't you? You can just see it. Everything he tries to do just gets completely countered.
Oh wow, meterless slide, gets the knockdown. Oh, Foxy hesitates.
I mean, but even if he goes for a meter burn clone, which normally recovers really quickly, Madsen still has to be very hesitant of what comes next.
I mean, it's quite hard to comment on though, because Grandmaster needs the clone. You pick Grandmasters because you do it for the clone, you do it for the for the meter burn clone, and it just doesn't work against her. It really doesn't. I am quite curious as to why Madsen is choosing to stick with this. I shan't imagine we'll see him do it for the third game if he does lose this one.
Oh, Foxy tries to go for the back one anti-air, doesn't quite get it. Madsen having to spend his only bar of meter on that final hit confirmed, but always going to be worth it just to push her in the corner. That jump back just to get round. Here comes the reversal, tries to get out, and Foxy getting away with a jump out.
I mean, that's it. I mean, just all the answers in the world. So much meter built, 3 bars. Madsen doing quite desperate things right now to try and deal with this. I mean, meterless slides, yeah, sure, it works, it gets the knockdown, but he has no breaker. And it's so dangerous.
Dangerous situation right now, speaking of that. Clean anti-air, and that's big damage there. And there's going to go straight into the anti-air. How much damage is this X-Ray going to add? I mean, that's actually scaling quite a lot.
Not really. That does a serious amount of damage.
I think maybe I take it back. 52% anti-air. Okay, I'm pretty sure Foxy will take that into a brutality as well. Okay, I eat my words quite happily right there.
52% damage off an X-ray. I mean, I can understand why you'd assume it'd scale a lot, because there was a lot of hits first, but still. I mean, if you're doing over half damage for an X-ray confirm, definitely worth it. Especially when you've spent the entire round up until that point not using any of your bar. Just get rid of it. I mean, you're Melina. You're going to build it again. Why not?
I keep forgetting that Melina's X-ray does the bulk of the damage at the end. I see a little bit of damage. Madsen going straight back into the Sub-Zero pick. I mean, I really don't agree with that.
Okay,
I actually think that his characters... He has a Jason Voorhees. Jason is good in this matchup. I think for this matchup, you just need to refine your Jason.
He did significantly better with Jason than he did with Sub-Zero now, but it's at the point that... do you think Madsen's even expecting to be able to win this set at this point? Do you think he's just using this as tournament experience? To find out which of his characters he just feels the most comfortable with.
But unfortunately, Foxy's just one step ahead. That instant walk back. Because, I mean, that's what Sub-Zeros do. They go for a down 4 straight in to challenge and try and get that first hit. Foxy steps back and does a full whiff punish.
And gets a throw. Madsen already down like half life. Where does health even go? Foxy sitting at 3 bars basically already. Oh, and he just knows the back 1-2 is going to connect. Very reckless decision, but it is going to pay out. Madsen's going to eat the full combo. And just like that, Foxy is just going to sit pretty and just trip guard. Tournament point. Madsen looking... he's having a hard time. He's really struggling in this matchup. I think he's kind of lost it for himself by picking Sub-Zero here. It just wasn't a great idea. It's not paying off. I'm sure there's a reason he picked it, and no doubt we'll talk to him about it later on, and he'll give us some answers. We can obviously relay that on to you guys next week.
But I mean...
but still, I mean, this character choice was just completely the wrong thing to do.
Well, the problem is, even the fact that Melina doesn't really have to worry about the Ice Clone, but Madsen is having to meter burn Ice Clone just to not get punished. And even when he uses the meter burn Ice Clone, even when he uses the meter burn Ice Clone, I mean, he still has to block a lot of follow-ups afterwards, which is getting rid of the clone anyway. Like, it's an unfortunate situation.
There's a meter burn clone. Foxy's still sitting there, deciding to just block. Oh, but no, a little bit too evident. Could Madsen take a round here? Could he get some damage on the board? I mean, me get 18%, but gets it! That is going to be round. Madsen, if he can keep Foxy here, maybe he can get the round. Foxy doesn't have a breaker. If he can keep... Foxy doesn't have a corner escape, though.
If Madsen can keep him there, he's going to win, but he has to keep him there. Good throw tech, but Foxy fighting his way out of the corner, and he goes in for a risky jump kick. It is going to work out. Gets the load. This is going to be big damage.
Oh, doesn't go for the refreeze. Maybe expecting Foxy to... Wow, that was a wonderful bait by Madsen. Could Madsen take the game, though? Get her cornered. Get her behind a clone. This is what we said he had to do. One more sequence. Oh, yes, the roll back too.
Foxy has to break. That would have been the game. He's going to hit confirm, and Madsen keeping Foxy in the corner, and he is going to take 1 game off the cards.
Just when we're there saying Madsen's given up, he just gets to the corner and goes, hang on, she's cornered. Maybe I can do this.
Should we know better than to ever count Madsen out now? I mean, like, that was a bleak situation, and he was on match point against, tournament point against him, but that is, we talk over and over and over and over
again. He gave him 1 respect point. Bad sport, Foxy.
No, if Foxy gives you any respect points, that is amazing. He gives me 0s. I give him 0s. It's the PND way. You will never get more than 2 points in a PND King.
There's a reason all the PND players in online have been playing since like for a year, and none of them have like higher than 100 respect points.
0 points and 1 point are of a term I will not repeat on stream. And if you do something that is really impressive, then you will get what is called a strong 2. And that is the best point. That is the highest points you will ever get. I would give that a strong 2.
I think the thing is, Madsen was playing very ropey there. He was just dropping a lot of confirms, throwing himself at him a little bit. It kind of looked like he'd just given up at that point. But then out of nowhere, he just finds something in him to just bring it back. Has her cornered again. Foxy no breaker.
Staying there, and he's gonna try and bait the reversal, but he's gonna get a nice throw tech. And Foxy not overextending and getting frozen, but he tries the reversal. Madsen just playing with absolute unpenetrable patience.
Foxy just doing a lot of rolls right now. They're really hurting him. Is Madsen going to be able to keep her here? Oh, wow, he manages to do it. Hard knockdown. Clone. Down 4 hits. Wow, Madsen just making all the right decisions.
I mean, Foxy's going to do so. He might do something quite recklessly because, I mean, he might lose the round anyway.
I think he might just try and prioritize getting out of the corner at this point. Madsen doesn't let him that neutral duck.
Madsen just flipping the switch and being in total control over the matchup.
He's 1 round away from tying it up, making that 2-game deficit mean literally nothing, apart from he's actually got the momentum going in. If he can keep him here, it's all about the corner. If he can keep her cornered, he can do it. Or tries to punish, doesn't get it in time, keeps himself safe.
Oh, no. Once again, Foxy getting frozen. Nice reactions there from Foxy. That's one of the things you cannot do as Sub-Zero, is sit behind the clone and throw an ice ball, because she will telekick. Speaking of that, nice reactions on the anti-air roll from Foxy.
Now Madsen needs to keep this meter. He needs to get him cornered. The corner is the lifeblood of this matchup right now. Every single time Madsen's had a good round, it's been in the corner.
Not looking really good. Foxy on a lot of damage, a lot of health right now, and he's going to be very patient and not give him that. Madsen is definitely going to save that meter on the breaker. Tournament point once again for a Foxy Grandpa.
As was the situation last time, and he managed to bring it back.
Now the problem is, I mean, Sub-Zero can't throw ice balls in this matchup. She will just telekick it on reaction.
So there's a preemptive clone. Oh, not
Foxy,
quite.
he was looking for it, but he didn't commit.
So tense right now, Madsen. Oh, and there's the good freeze he needs. Gonna end her cornered. Doesn't break. Not quite. Almost there though.
There's the freeze.
That was wonderful.
And once again, Foxy having the breaker ready, saving it. Nice throw tech from Madsen. Oh, that hit confirmed. Wow. Foxy ready for the back 1-2.
Oh, is that going to be a full punish? No, down 3, only that. Doesn't commit to the slide either. Madsen throwing a lot away right now.
That was very unfortunate. It could have been a full combo into corner repositioning, but Madsen has to kind of shake it off. No, ready for the confirm. Gets a grab again. It's looking good for Foxy right now. Be careful. Throwing the bar away. No stamina. And there's a throw tech. Madsen cashing out right now. So little health. Oh, throws all of his bar round. Throws all of his bar away. I think Madsen thinking a little bit too far ahead, but I mean, he was bringing it back. But Foxy will be your second consecutive winner in a row. Week 3, Foxy Grandpa is your champion. Commiserations to Madsen for getting another second place. They'll both be walking home with a chunk of cash in their pocket and even more the points towards that all-important season finals. They are both in a good situation. Foxy has now put himself, he has muscled his way into being the #1 European seed in this Pro League now by getting 2 consecutive wins in a row. Madsen getting second place for 2 weeks in a row, giving himself 150 points, which I believe Sacron and him may be tied now.
I can't remember exactly.
Or Sacron is slightly ahead.
We'll be able to find
check
it out once the points all update. We'll be able to get back to you guys. But we know for sure that Foxy Grandpa is now #1 in the EU leaderboards. He rose through the ranks, couldn't enter week 1, put himself in a bit of a difficult situation.
Foxy
with no
went into
points.
week 2. Foxy and Madsen both went into week 2 with 0 seeding points. And they were on opposite ends of the bracket, which allowed for a grand finals, and we have seen history repeat itself once again. Madsen and Foxy showing us that in the ESL Pro League, they are the 2 most dominant international players. I mean, it's a toss-up between, it's always a toss-up between Foxy, Sacron, players like Storm. I mean, Zarakamaka was very dominant in Season 2, but unfortunately hasn't actually been able to enter Season 3 just yet. But Madsen and Foxy Madsen especially just seems to be progressively getting better and better as each week goes on, especially with that Sub-Zero.
It's just tremendous play around. I mean, we saw him go down 2 games so quickly. We thought, at this point, I think it was a fair assumption that we were all thinking, Madsen's gone Grandmaster again, quick 3-0 incoming, commiserations, playing well, respect to sticking to your character, sort of goes back to what I was saying earlier on about having the option to change, but out of nowhere, just brings back a game and a round and almost a second game to tie this up. But, I mean, I expect we'll see great things from both these players. This is just week 3. I would be very surprised to not see them make
we have
the majority of the top 8s behind.
5 weeks to go.
We do indeed.
I mean, we're not even halfway through yet, and we've been getting matches like this, and it's only going to get better. Very excited.
I mean, that Sacron and Madsen set alone was wonderful. Before we sign off for the evening, do we have any final words from our social media correspondent?
While I'm waiting to see if we have a statement from the Foxy Grandpa himself, we have a tweet from Danny Lloyd saying, "I've been playing Melina since day 1. I'm still learning new stuff every time I watch Foxy play."
I mean, that's really what you want to hope for, though, isn't it? That you can learn stuff from watching these guys play. I mean, Foxy, he doesn't jump forward. That's one thing. I dare you to watch back the VODs. Foxy does not jump forward.
When's the last time? I mean, I actually cannot remember the last time I saw Foxy jump. Ever.
Outside of jumping out of the corner on a read, obviously. But I believe we have a statement from the man himself, the winner.
We do, but before that, my favourite tweet of the evening so far comes from Crazy McButton. Can someone tie Foxy up so he stops winning? Thanks. Is that in the rule book?
He'd probably still win.
Know.
He'd probably just play. He'd just be tied up and have his controller, and he'd just be looking at the TV, and he'd just be like, "Yep, back 1-2." Oh, there's.
Are you saying?
Anya.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Are you saying that Melina is you can play? She's so easy to play. You can play her with your hands tied behind your back.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Foxy is so good at this game by this point. He's been playing it for 12 months that he probably could. That's what I'm saying.
Fair statement. Speaking of statements, what is Foxy's?
He says, "My overall opinion on tonight is that there's been some sick matches at a good change of pace too."
Sweet.
I don't think you can argue with that.
No, he's bang on the money.
It has been an incredible top 8.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely without a shadow of a doubt, Madsen and Sacron set of the tournament. Absolutely.
Yep, and of course, guys, for one last time, you can enter our raffle to win the MKX Pro Player Kit. It's full of some wonderful goodies, including that very rare Scorpion skin. To enter, you can go to esl.gg/MKXComp, and just another reminder, it all has to be in lowercase or it won't work for you.
Wonderful. So, thank you very much, guys. Do you have anything else to say?
I've been Sassanak. Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for being with us. Thank you guys watching at home. Thank you girls watching at home. Thank you for dealing with our technical issues at the start of the night. You're the best. Thanks for sticking with us. Hopefully you're rewarded with some amazing sets from these players. Do make sure you're sticking around for the NA Top 8 later on, which is shaping up to be just as good. I have been Mustard.
And I have been Ketchup.
We will catch you guys next week.